What's the motherfucking deal? Hope everybody's doing well this evening. I apologize. A little bit tardy. Had some evening errands to run. I'm behind. I got like a couple of videos for the other channel I got to drop. I'm just behind. Welcome to the den. I'm glad that you are here. For whatever reason you're here. I don't know why you are, but I'm glad you are. It's Free Range Friday, and so I was thinking. I told you I'm trying to get back to the, I guess, somewhat. I don't think I ever really got started, but I'm trying to get to the somewhat themed days. And I know we used to do Talking Dirty After Dark on Friday evenings, but with me eventually bringing back Sunday Night Confessions, they're almost the same thing. And so I think that we'll stick more with Free Range Friday on Fridays, and then I see we have Professor Trill in the building. We'll stick with the Free Range Fridays, and then we will go, like I say, back to Sunday Night Confessions. Professor Trill, somebody told me to tell you that they gave you a shout out on a video they did, but now I'm not going to tell you. So there's that. Let's see who got joined us this evening. Pardon me. Fucking sock is all crazy. Fuck. Let's see who we got joined us this evening, man, and let's talk about some shit. Let's get into it. There's a couple things I want to discuss, a couple things on my mind, and then we'll open up the line and whatever's on your mind. I don't know if we'll go a full 2 hours tonight. We might be a little bit short. We'll see exactly. We'll see. But with that being said, Miss Bell, Culture the Noob is what's the motherfucking deal? Somehow South Sports got in the building. We won't even talk about that. Let's see. Sweetberry in here stealing all your pistachios. Big Mexican in the building. Let's see. Mrs. Meat. That's a terrible name. It's just Angela. Doing all kind of weird stuff. You're dancing on the new pole for the house. So, are you dancing on the pole to raise funds for a new house, or you got a new pole in the house? Let me make sure I'm clarifying that. Hey, I don't know how you get down. It's Atlanta. There's weird stuff going on there. Melanin Moreau, long time no see. I hope all is well. Hopefully we hear from you this evening. I would love to just be updated. Haven't talked to you in a while, so I hope all is good. Shout out to Miss Melanin Monroe. Miss Cartier in the building. 335 stenographer in the building. What's the motherfucking deal? Teacher's assistant Trill in the building. Let me see. Only one live. What's the motherfucking deal? Kahau MC. What's the motherfucking deal? Bad and Bougie. What's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Mike Rock in the building. What's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Ronald Eyes. Early. How you get early pistachios for being late? What kind of shit is that? What kind of country is this? You must be voting for one of those people. What do they call? Progressives? Super progressives? I don't know what you call them. Wink in the motherfucking building. What's the motherfucking deal? Shannon. Well, Shannon, the way you get early pistachios is by being early. I didn't think it was that complicated. Kenneth. Oh, man, Kenneth, we expect you to take a L. It just is what it is, man. I ain't even gonna get started on you, Angela. When's the next time you're going live, Angela, so I can talk some shit in your stream? Let me know. I'm gonna be well prepared because we're gonna kick the Falcons' ass this weekend. Hopefully. The only reason I'm hoping that we beat the Falcons is just so I can talk shit to you for the rest of the season. So anytime your ass say some of that little goofy ass phrase y'all got, I can talk some shit. You still got the, you still got the Steph Curry ankle situation going on. It's unfortunate, man. That's unfortunate. Drake, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. Let me see. If I missed you, I ain't diss you. Let's get into some good conversation. Let's talk about some things. So, haven't really talked politics very much. And I don't even think we're necessarily talking politics, but I guess we are in a sense. So um, Bernie had a Bernie had a heart attack, right? And so Bernie is one of your front runners for um, presidential candidate of the Democratic Party, right? Then you have, and again, he's not going to get elected. Let's be honest, and not to make light of his situation. You know, death is death. It is what it is. I'm not saying he's going to die right now, but his health condition is not suitable, right? You don't want to knowingly elect a guy knowing that he may die in office, because then the policies he may try to enact, or he definitely don't give a fuck about them because he doesn't have to live through them. Then you got Joe Biden, and you got that whole situation. I'm not too detailed with the whole Ukraine situation, but there's some stuff going on with that and the Biden boys. So who does that leave you? That leaves you, good grief. The shit is unexpected. When you're not prepared for this type of shit, it definitely catches you off guard. So here's my thing, right? Wise, what's the motherfucking deal? So here's my thing. Got the fucking Zelda hearts and shit. Um, that leaves you what, Warren? As next up, Kamala. I mean, is she still in the top? I mean, who's left, right? Who is left? So you're supposed to get a son that paid 50,000. Wow, I wish I had a. See, my family. That's what I say. That's why I say blame your people, goddamn it, for not putting you in order. Like, you know what I'm saying, not getting you on. Wish I had a daddy who was doing some shit. Give me a $50,000 a month job. So that's interesting. Okay, so there's a little bit of government corruption if you want to. That was the weirdest face. That might have been the weirdest of all the masks yet. Um, but appreciate the love, Anonymous. Jason S, what's the motherfucking deal? So you got that going on. So I mean, that leaves you. I mean, is it two female candidates that are your front runners? And I'm thinking with Warren and Harris again. Like I said, I haven't been paying them as much attention. I didn't catch the last debates when they were in Houston, so I'm not sure who was moving up the poll. Again, only one of them really makes sense to me. The only one of them that I really like, and that was or is Tulsi. I think she barely made the next go round. I know there's a lot of gang supporters out there. That $1,000 a month sounds really good. I'd like to know where it's coming from. I mean, hey, I'm saying gonna turn down any money, but shit, where is it coming from? I need answers. Just a magical $1,000. And the thing is, what'll happen? The motherfuckers start getting an extra $1,000 a month. They're gonna act like they balling to impress other niggas who getting the same fucking $1,000 a month. That's the type of tomfoolery that's gonna happen. Them niggas gonna be on the fucking gram flexing their $1,000 that they got that everybody getting. It is what it is. So, they're nothing. I mean, they're not going to impeach Trump. It's not going to happen. But my thing is, like I say, is just that. Did I not save it? I thought I saved it. My thing is that will that be the same premise that they use this election season? So say Warren is your nominee. Say Harris is your nominee. I don't think it matters if it's them or anybody else. I think it comes down to that none of these people are suitable to beat Trump in an election. I mean, I don't think they got the fight in them. I don't think they got the dog in them. I don't think they're ready to go to blows. I don't think they'll go as low. I think Kamala, especially, that's probably not the one he wants. Trump is gonna say what the fuck ever, and it would not be essentially a good look. I'm trying to see. Oh, I'm fucking tripping. I'm super fucking tripping. Um, Tripping with my damn self, man. Had it right here the whole time. So that's what I'm wondering. So will they blame it again on it being a woman? Um, they'll say, oh well, it's because America's not ready to vote for a woman, or is it because they're not qualified? Honestly, so I think that's kind of a situation that's going to be interesting to see what happens. It's going to be interesting to see who ends up being the front runner because I don't think I think Bernie's going to tap out willingly or unwillingly. Biden's whole little scandal thing, I think it makes him too easy of a target. Then again, like I said, you have Kamala. They're going to air all her dirty laundry, and then you have Warren, who is a Native American. So maybe gets everybody off the reservations, and maybe everybody gets a little piece of the casinos, and we'll figure it all out. I don't know, but again, like I say, it's going to be interesting to see what happens because I think you got a lot of pieces at the top of the Democratic Party or who are aiming for that nomination. When most people are looking at, oh, well, Trump's going to be the guy that falls off, et cetera, et cetera. You got a lot of pieces on the other side that are, again, like I say, that may end up crumbling. I mean, just to say, I'm looking for. I apologize that I'm looking for something that I was supposed to do a while ago. I saw that thing. I'm not a big fan of Tariq Nasheed, but I saw he tweeted something about that. I saw that fucking gay kids book. Very sad. D is for drag, and the gay BCs. Like, and this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. This is what you guys got to understand. Again, like I said, I don't care about sexual orientation. I don't care about what the fuck you do in your bedroom. I don't really care. I shouldn't know, right? My problem is this agenda. It's just like this stuff that they keep pushing. And like I say, the gay ABCs, what the fuck kind of shit is that? What's wrong with the regular ABCs? Why do they have to be gay now? Why does everything have to be gay? Why does everything have to be indoctrinated into this new belief system? What 26 things do gay people do differently? I got fucking letters. And do the vowels, are they different? How does that work? Anyway, to myself. And so, like I say, it's just a bunch of questionable activity going on lately. A lot of very bothersome things that have been happening around the world. It was something else. There's something else, and it slipped my mind because I didn't jot it down when I was running around today that I wanted to. Give me a second while I get this in order. It was something else that I wanted to speak on, and it slipped my mind. And it's going to come back up. So it's going to come back in a very inconvenient. Oh, yeah. About that teacher. That teacher that got fired for not using the pronouns, right? I don't know if y'all saw that, right? He didn't want to use the pronouns of a student who I believe is who says that they're male now, but he had this same student in the class the prior year, and that student was a female. It wasn't any kind of transition. It wasn't none of that shit going on, right? And so he got fired because I think what had happened is there was an incident. She was about to run into a wall or something. He said, "Hey, stop her from running into that wall." And because he said, and again, in a situation where you're about to harm yourself, again, last year you were a girl and it was all good. Now it's something new. This is what I'm saying. Like I posted the article and thing about I don't want to play your make believe games. Look, it's crazy to expect someone to make these weird adjustments because you're making these weird adjustments. Well, a couple of months ago I was a girl, but I've decided I'm a man now, and I have to change my perspective because you made some weird change. You've been having these feelings inside and making these weird decisions. Where's this at? So I can pull it up. About your life that I'm just now privy to, but I've been knowing you for so long. It's a little bit difficult for me maybe to buy into this new thing that you're doing. Give me just a second here. Oh, I didn't want to do that. That's not what I wanted to do. That was not what was supposed to happen. Give me 1 second. As I'm tweaking this, I said I was supposed to do this a while back, and I never got around to doing it. So I apologize for that. Let's try this here. Oh, son of a bitch. I just realized I fucked something up. I just realized I fucked it up. Oh well, fuck it. I just realized I pulled a shenanigan. All right, we'll do it like this, and we'll see how that works. For those of you who don't know, I will give 5,000 pistachios to whoever can guess what this is a picture of, right? And then we will go from there. All right, my fault. Now I had to get that together. And let's see what y'all in here talking shit. Big Mexican, you in here talking shit. Max, I don't have any Mexican pistachios. Look, that's y'all's fault. Y'all always want to be picky. Y'all don't want to drink the American Coke. They gotta have Mexican Coke with the real sugar. You don't want to eat the fucking American pistachios. You got your Mexican pistachios. All that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bad boys. They think they're Spider-Man. I'd hate to be a kindergarten teacher. It has to be terrible to be a kindergarten teacher, right? You know what I'm saying? Well, y'all are the ones that want the real sugar, the Mexican Coke. Yeah, we don't drink that artificial aspartame. We want the real sugar. What is it? Azúcar. Yeah, mi amigo. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that this person almost hurt themselves, and he gets in trouble because he identifies them as what he's always known them as. And because he wouldn't apologize, the school district tried to say that there was some policy, even though there wasn't, that he had to acknowledge this person as whatever. Again, and I think he said he's Christian and his beliefs won't allow him to do it. So, whether you're big on religion or not, that's the thing that we've given credence to. Like, hey, religion is important. We got to respect your religion if you're this, you're that, or whatever it may be. Now, your ideology, which has no real foundation, history, basis, or sense to it, I just feel this way, just because it's your feelings, takes precedence over something you may have been practicing for your entire life. It may have been in your family for decades or decades, years, or centuries even. Who knows? I can change the way that I feel tonight. Or let's say a kid, because the kids are in school. And they can change how they feel this weekend. They were a boy Friday night, and they can come to school Monday, and they're all female all of a sudden. And the teacher has to acknowledge it, has to accept, has to embrace that. That's the kind of world that we're living in now. Like I said, the Asians are over there overseas, fucking doing calculus on their fingers and shit. And we're worried about pronouns and feelings and upsetting everybody and their fucking mom. And we're wondering why we are falling back. Let me see. Where we at? Oh, no wonder this thing is in fucking Top Chat. That is terrible. Terrible. Top Chat is the worst. Doritos, yeah, those are actually pretty good. That is pretty good. Miss K Grace, how are you doing, Miss Grace? Look, who was it last night? Miss Victoria called in. She said she was trying to take the title of grandma to dinner. I said, Miss K Grace gonna come in. She's gonna take her elder title. She ain't gonna let go of that with ease. So I was thinking about you yesterday evening. How are you doing this evening, Miss K Grace? And I agree. And it's funny that you say that, because normally I was like, teachers, they ain't got it so bad. They make decent money. They could probably get paid a little bit more. But now having to deal with, now you're not only a teacher or an educator, you're a damn psychologist now. You have to you got to do so much shit now. You have to do so much crazy stuff now to acquiesce to these people. And the people have no foundation for their real beliefs. I feel this way. I feel this way. I guess, man. I guess it's to the point where it's like it is hands down feelings over facts. Like facts don't even matter anymore. The facts do not matter anymore. It is what it is. No, I don't eat pig's feet. Big M. Those are disgusting. And yes, Jason S. It is the trill truck, if you will. So there's that. I don't know if 365 is pretty said trill for the jackknife that house. I mean, that's almost very interesting. Let me catch back up. The Democrat news to turn Democrat voters into complete un-American pieces of shit who think our history is nothing but chaos and evil, regardless of being the first country to get rid of slavery. I'll agree with you that the left and the majority of it has gone insane in the sense of that, yes, everything is bad. And when you focus your entire existence on trying to find the negatives of anything, you're never going to succeed. You're never going to have success. Everything's always going to be problematic. It's always going to be somebody else's fault. And you're never going to have the will or the ambition to move forward and better yourself. It's like you're expecting someone else to come in and fix all your problems. But in reality, it's you. You look at a lot of the people who are complaining, a lot of the majority of people who are upset about everything. And you can, we talked about judging books by their covers a while back. Some of these people, you can judge a book by their cover. They're fucking terrible people. They look like shit. So you can tell they feel like shit. But instead of doing what it takes to overcome that shitty feel that they have inside, which is by finding some form of success in something, anything. And it could be, weight loss. It could be achieving a better education, a better job, or whatever the fuck it may be. You have people who would just rather blame everybody else for the outcome. Instead of... Because here's my thing with this system that we live in. People hate it. People hate the system that we currently have and how we live. But the majority of people, they want the government to do this for. They want that everything this should be doing this and everything should be doing. Imagine if we were way back when, and I mean prior to the glorious internet and the accessibility and all the influencing and all that other bullshit that's going on. If you had to survive in the wild, these people would not make it at all. They'd be the first to go. You wouldn't have these problems. When it comes down to survival, and this is what happens when you have first world problems. You have people like this exist, they procreate, and then they permeate. When you're worried about surviving, existing, trying to just, make it day to day, you're not worried about this bullshit. You're not worried about, I don't think people are worried about transitioning when they're trying to find fucking food, Again, when you have a first world situation, it's all about attention. That's the biggest issue when it comes to first world problems, is attention. I'm not getting attention like somebody else. I feel like I deserve more attention. And like I say, especially after this whole daycare generation. I was going to do something. I forgot what I was going to do. Oh, okay, yeah. After this whole daycare generation, again, it's only going to get worse. Because again, like I said, you have these people that are having kids. They're turning these kids into trans kids at 3, 4, 5 years old, putting them on hormone blockers and doing all this other weird shit. Like, why? What, how, like, there's absolutely, I'm looking for properties. No. Here's that, but that's not what I'm looking for. Oh, I'm tripping. Wrong fucking shit. That's what I'm trying to do, too many things at once. Like I said, that these are fucking problems that real people are not having, people who are trying to simply survive and exist. But then I say I find it funny because we talk about No, don't do that. Go the other way, other way, other way. We talk about issues in low income and urban environments, or however you want to identify it, especially in the black community. You have this seems like almost like it's the highest rate of this transition. And niggas swearing they trying to, we trying to survive and try to do better. Where are all these motherfuckers finding time to turn into other shit? But again, we talk about attention. And I think attention is the base of a lot of this stuff. I can't get attention as a man because I can't succeed, I can't achieve, I can't win. Well, what's the next easiest thing to do? Well, I give up on being a fucking man. I'll get attention being a woman or acting like a woman. One, I'll get attention because that's a fucking dude acting like a fucking woman. And that type of, it may not be good attention, it may be bad attention that they receive. But it's attention, right? They say some attention is better than no attention. Or whatever comes with it. Again, you'll get embraced by a certain community, certain group. You're so brave. You're so bold. How? That used to be the shit motherfuckers laughed at. I don't know how many of y'all remember Grandmama, who's that, Larry Johnson? Nobody thought that was bold or brave. Everybody just laughed about it. It was a joke. Now, if you were to laugh at something like that, people would be like, hey, well, you're being insensitive to whatever's going on. And so, it is what it is. Hold on one second. So, like I said, we're going to open the line up here in just a few. I've gotten my angry old man stay out of my yard rants out of the way. It is what it is. Oh, Rising Zaxby's is in the building. Ninja Kid, what's the motherfucking deal? Lockbird, what's the motherfucking deal? Said over 1 million illegals in construction. I definitely believe it. But I definitely believe it. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I say, the sites that I've been on, the last few that I've operated on, were overwhelmingly, and I'll be honest with you, the only reason that I got put on is because I had Hispanic homeboys that wrecked me in. Like, being honest, like, I would be the only black dude on site. It might be, a foreman here, you know what I'm saying, or there. But for the most part, it was because of my Hispanic partners that put me on that, that's the only reason why I got the fucking job. Let's be realistic. So, it is what it is. But we can talk about a lot of different things. We can talk about a lot of the stuff. I'm going to open the line and give me a second. Let me get everything set up here. Because I know I'm missing a bunch. I'm trying to go back in the chat and catch some stuff, but I know it's just a lot going on. We'll just open up the line, let y'all call in and spill your thoughts. That's the only thing about this one. That's the only thing about this dilly dally is that it's a little bit more of a process to sign in. All right. But aside from that, I like the fact that it doesn't make a bunch of noise on the stream and everything else is as it should be. Give me just a moment to get everything. I think everything else should be copacetic. I've seen you post that, man. Why do you want to talk tattoos in the face? What's up with tattoos in the face? What is on your mind about these tattoos in the face, Mike Rock? I saw you post it a couple of times. I don't know, man. I mean, I could see that, but again, at the same time, if it may not have impacted you directly, but if an illegal has a job that an American could have, black, white, pink, purple, gray, even legal Hispanic, is that not preventing someone from having a job? All right. See what we got going on here. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling into the? I guess I should have put the number up. Who we got calling into
yeah, that would be good, right?
the Denline this evening?
It's Belle.
All right.
I've got a wicked cold. Anyway, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, Miss Bell. How are you?
Hanging in there. Couple of different things. I don't even know how we started on what's tonight's topic. I know you said it's Friday Night Confessions.
Oh no, it's a free range Friday. Like I said, I'm gonna move the confessions back to Sunday. And I know we used to do Talking Dirty After Dark, but it's almost like free Talking Dirty After Dark and confessions kind of overlapped each other. So I'll just kind of do those.
So we kind of have them Freaky Friday when everything's just jumping the gun.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the things I did see that you were talking some politics, and it's been mentioned before, but who's Alex Jones?
That's a banned word on YouTube.
Okay, I honestly, I don't do a lot of politics, so I have no idea who this person is.
No, he's just he's a guy that some people think is kind of fringe. Depending on who you ask, they're going to say a variety of things. Some people are going to say an extreme conspiracy theorist. Some people are going to say a right wing, lunatic. What is it? Far right lunatic, or again some type of extremist or whatever. It just depends on who you ask, and then you're going to get a different response.
I'm middle of the road, so if they go too far one way or the other, I don't care. I don't need to be on that road if they're too far on the left, too far on the right, on either end of it. Got to put a shout out to Miss Grace. Let me see what else. I don't know. It's just been kind of one of those nights. I just saw the post for the face tattoos. I think that it would hinder somebody's employment unless they were either working from home or they did it as permanent makeup, because anything otherwise would be a distraction if you worked with the general public. And I know the military, it's definitely frowned upon and is not acceptable whatsoever. And I can almost presume any government job, unless you were undercover doing something, as far as facial tattoos go. Okay, now this is something I do want to get into, this pronoun bullshit with the kids.
Okay.
That is just pure D bullshit, okay? I recognize the fact that kids at that age might be exploring it, but we as adults don't need to exploit it. And I think that that's kind of what it comes to, is that we're giving our kids so many directions to go in, they're all fucked up. And we're not guiding them, we're just kind of putting them out in a pen and say, well, you decide, you decide, you decide. When we're the parents, or we're the teachers, or we're the role models, and we're supposed to be doing the right things for these kids. And I can't tell you, because I wasn't there with this particular teacher getting fired. But if I had a dime for every frickin' teacher that fucked up in my career of my life being under their tutelage, I would be really rich. Of them saying things that were inappropriate, or oops, don't say anything. So if this guy got fired, it probably was for something more than just that, or it was probably for the fact that he took a stand on his own religion. Now, if the school board also had not put it into the school's plan of their, their annual synopsis, or what they're doing with their teachings, or what they've done with all their schools to make it equal across the board, it's an actual unfair firing, because they're pulling him out for making a mistake when he was trying to save a child that was endangered. So, like I said, I wasn't there. And I've worked on a lot of the PTAs with my kids growing up, and all kinds of stuff. And they generally don't fire for one mistake. Usually it's because there's a whole lot of them, and that was like the last piece of paper to let that person go. However, it may not be the truth, and I wasn't there, so I don't know, but it's just suspect. As far as these kids go, until they're of age where they can have a sex change, call them by what they were at birth.
Mm-hmm.
Psychologically, unless they have been legally changed to a female or legally changed to a male, they should be called by what they were born at birth. Now, the only two exceptions is if you didn't have any equipment or you have both. Then it's by what your parents are calling you or what your parents have designed what your gender is.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But, you know, and you made a statement I thought was really incredibly insightful. The daycare generation, which means there's a lot of parents that are corralling their kids because they're having to go to work, so there's a lot of less hand-on parenting going on. And it changes the quality of parenting. I'm not saying, honest to God, I had my kids in daycare, and if I could have had them home, there's times I would have and there's times I wouldn't have. However, the quality, being able to stay on top of the quality of daycare and being able to afford good daycare are two different things as well. Sometimes you got to deal with what you got, and it's not always good. And sometimes you just can't afford to get them into a better daycare, which doesn't help. And I know I'm going right off the rail with that one, but I'll bring it back. And the fact is that what the hell is going on? Just before we came on the air, one of the vice principals in the Charlotte, North Carolina area is being held on $1 million bail for having sex with one of her students.
Wow. Oh, and it's a female that actually held, it's a woman that did it?
It was a female vice principal. She had been in the education system for 10 years. And she's being held on $1 million bail.
That's...
And it's not the first time. I mean, I grew up in Massachusetts. We dealt with, there was a female like 30 years ago that had sex with one of her students. So it's not just, it's male role models, I mean, and female role models, and these are the people that are supposed to be bringing the adults into the world, not exploiting the children and making them more victims.
Yeah,
and putting more trauma in these kids' lives. I mean, that's really messed up beyond belief.
Yeah, and that's my problem, because these are the people that, especially when it's mandatory, you got to send your kids to school, and you're putting them into the trust of these people who have malicious intent. Like they say, it's a thing about like molesters and pedophiles, that they find ways to work around children, or they find they find ways to be around kids. I know it was a thing, a guy who, he had won like a Nobel Peace Prize, and what he was doing was, going all around the world helping kids who were in impoverished situations, in Africa and other countries and things like that. But it turns out he was having sex with all of these kids, molesting these kids all over the world.
Oh my gosh.
And so you would think that, man, these people are doing great, but these people who were supposed to be, helping your child grow, learn, and develop, they're taking advantage of the development of your child in a sense, and it's sad. And then you wonder why so many of these kids turn out with problems. And again, like you said, it's nothing new. I remember being in high school, junior high. We all knew which coaches were out there, flirting and messing with the young girls, and we knew it was teachers who were doing the same thing. We knew what teachers was fucking each other, so we knew they were just. You just knew, these rumors weren't a lie, and so it's just like most of them don't get caught, and it's happening everywhere. It's only, I guess, it just takes some kind of outrageous situation, or probably somebody pisses another one off because they know what's going on in the teacher's lounge. They don't want to tell the secrets of the teacher's lounge. But, and then, it's like, I don't know. It's just, it's rampant. And I think it needs to be addressed as it is, with male and or female. This is child molesters. These are pedophiles. They should not be allowed to work in any of these venues. And I'm not sure if that's the same one I saw somebody mention, but yeah, I saw one of these teachers who was having sex with the 13-year-old and gave him herpes, and now he's scarred for life, and it's unfortunate. And these are people in authority, a child, especially at that age, it's a sad spot to be in because you're supposed to respect these people. You're told to respect these people and do all this other stuff, but then at the same time, these people are taking advantage of their respect and ruining these kids' lives in more ways than one.
And, you know, I can say something being part of the older generation in our group is that I don't ever remember it as being as sexually volatile in the school systems as it is today. I'm not saying it didn't go on back 30, 40, 50 years ago, because I'm sure the hell it did. I'm just saying I don't ever remember it being so right out in the open. And not that it should have even been there at all. But what I'm saying is that it seemed to have gotten shut down quicker. It was dealt with directly, and there was never all this all out into the media stuff. It was just there, done, and gone. And maybe I was just lucky in the places that I grew up that I was sheltered enough to have that. I mean, and I'm sure that there are areas in the United States that it's not safe for kids to grow up. And that's a hard pill as a parent to swallow, to watch that and to know that actually happens. You know, to know that no matter what you do, sometimes kids aren't safe, and that really sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
I think that's kind of the scariest thing that's going on.
Absolutely. I mean, it's like, and that's the thing. I mean, if you look at the fact of how much, let's see, would you say that from when was Columbine? That was what, 80? No, that was not. Was it 98?
Yeah, somewhere around that. It was
okay.
late
So,
90s, yeah.
So we're talking 20 years ago. And do we have any idea how much the mental health for the youth has actually picked up to deal with a lot of the victimization of all these different things going on? I mean, I don't remember mass shootings going on when I was a kid. Do you?
Not like that. I think to me, like Columbine was like the first real awakening, and then you started to see more stuff kind of happen after that. I can't recall. Then around that age, I was probably I think I was just going to, it was either late in junior high or almost going to high school. Might have been early high school, whatever date that was. So,
yeah.
Maybe I might have been oblivious to a lot of it, but
I had been out for 10 years.
Okay, yeah, it was 99 when it happened. So April 20th, 99.
And I went to a huge school. There was like 435 in my graduating class. And it was multicultural. We had like 11 different communities and all kinds of stuff. Now, I remember it was either my sophomore or my junior year. Every single day we were out for a fire alarm. They were bomb threats. But they never treated them anywhere near what they do now, and how quickly they're escalated to lockdowns and this and that and the other thing. And I'm not saying that it's not valid. I'm just saying that these kids are becoming so desensitized to things that are being pushed every day. My kids went to an inner city high school, and they would have lockdowns probably, I don't know, every 6 weeks or so. And it's like, how do you get learning done when the kids are either compiled into rooms, or they're dismissed for the day, or they're locked down and can't do anything?
That's true. Yeah.
You know, how do they get their education when it's being interrupted by violence?
I agree, and I think that is definitely having a major impact, especially, the commercials that have been shown and a lot of the talk. Again, kids are aware of the stuff that is happening also, and I think that does have a major impact. But Ms. Bell, I don't mean to cut you short here, but we've got a couple people on the hold, so
absolutely.
But
I'll let it go. All right, have a good night. I'll see you on the boards, and I just want to kind of get things rolling tonight.
All right, Ms. Bell, as always, I appreciate it. Thank you for calling and getting the party started.
Yep.
All right. Bye. But that is a thing that I think that kids do deal with a lot more these days. Everything's in the media because, you have access to all the information. Everything, especially when things go viral. Shit used to be on a schedule. Now everything is everything. So kids see all that shit too. It ain't like they just playing it while the kids at school. They playing it, period. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling in to the den this evening?
I'm on the Mexican radio. I'm on the Mexican radio. They laugh when my muffler fell.
Hey man, you look, y'all hate on my boy SPM. I don't care what nobody say. SPM, cause he's a molester probably, and when you kind of hear the backstory of that story, it's kind of fucked up what happened to him. But that nigga can rap. I don't care what nobody say. He used to say some little offbeat ass shit, but SPM has some shit. He rap better than 99.9% of the motherfuckers that's out today, man.
He goddamn show, dude. Oh my goodness, bro. I had to go ahead and bring out that classic one time. Yeah, but you know how I do, nigga, when I make my decisions.
Of all the
It's
SPM, this
always
nigga brought a Mexican radio.
that
Oh
shit
man.
lavish. That shit more lavish than a Buddy Tubbs and Buddy Tubbs prediction. Oh, you goddamn right, Chris.
Oh man.
God, bro. Yeah, yeah. What the hell was Bell talking about? I couldn't hear shit you were saying, man.
We got into just kind of talking about the pronouns are bullshit. How the kids these days, are dealing with more of this nonsense. The traumatic situation in school. We talked about how these teachers are basically fucking the kids and fucking them over. You trust them to these authority figures, and these authority figures take advantage of them. And she talked about there's a
Yeah,
lady in Carolina who just got a vice principal who just got put on $1 million bail for having sex with one of the kids. And then we briefly talked about there was another teacher who had gave like a 13-year-old herpes, and just kind of a variety of things. We touched on a few
man.
different
What the
topics.
fuck? Where was these hoes when we was in school? Like, damn, you know how, bro? You know how
Oh
live it would have been to get
man,
dropped
they
off
was
at the yard.
there. I'm telling you, this was going on like I said. I knew for a fact that this was like us because I was mentioning back. Come on, man. I know you knew that y'all had them coaches. I know my school wasn't on. I know y'all had them coaches that was trying to fuck with them young hoes. Knowing they ain't had no business doing that shit. There was always that one or two, especially some of them younger coaches who would always come in, and you would know. I remember coming into the football field house, and I'm like, going to the little coach's room or whatever. I used to be able, I used to do what I want to. And I go up in this bitch. I'm like, what's this bitch doing? And she ain't no trainer. She ain't got shit to do with. Why is she in here? What is going on? And coach in there looking funny and shit. I don't want no parts of this nonsense. Y'all up to some shenanigans in here. But it was always
It,
always
it
two or three of them motherfuckers.
it seemed like when we was in school, that's when you seen all the pervert niggas was out here getting in trouble for trying to fuck these little young girls. Now it just seemed like the last like 10 years, nigga, it's been women out here fucking these little boys left and right. Like, how in the fuck? Like, we way more clear than these young niggas. Like, what are you seeing in these goofy, confused ass little niggas? I don't get it. But
But
all of that, man.
does that say that the women or the this generation of women or teachers are more confused? Is that what that's
Man, it
saying?
just goes to show you the level of desperation that women need. Like the fact they can't get good male, like adult dick. Like that's. I mean, I don't know what kind of motherfuckers they fucking with. Like they're horrible decision makers. When you have to reduce yourself to as a male, female, and when you're over 21 and you're still dating teenagers, you out of there in my book. Like I don't cook for shit like that, bro. Like I've never been. That shit was always lame to me. Like you in high school, or whatever, and little girls, and then they talking about, yeah, I'm with an oath, and nigga, man, shut the fuck up. That nigga using the fuck out of you, you cum dumb, and you don't even realize it, you stupid bitch. Dumb asshole. What can you do? What do you really bring to the table outside that naked saliva you got coming out your mouth? Like, shut up. But I don't know, man. Some of these little teachers, and then they be looking good. That's the kill part. It be tripping if that bitch looks like Honey Boo Boo Mama. You expect them kind of hoes to be out here doing exactly what they doing, but it's just like these bitches be fine. You be like, oh, like I don't know, man. I really don't. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna get off that topic, man.
Man, but did you see the
I
one? But before you
what
switch up, but did you see the one not that long ago? I want to say she was in Austin, and she was a younger chick, maybe early 20s or
about two
whatever.
years ago, a little Latin chick, right?
Yeah, and then she paid the
Oh
dude
man,
like what 13,000 or something like that to keep it secret. So she was married too. She was married, paid the kid, and he still told, look, man, hey, look, I'm finna pull up in a brand new used vehicle. I'm finna be stunting on everybody. Look, I ain't finna tell y'all nothing. I'm finna
you
be.
got to do a quick poll, man. You got to do a poll because as a man, especially as a married man, to realize that your wife is out here fucking teenagers, like teenage boys.
Mm-hmm.
What does that say about you and what you truly bring to the table? Like I don't like, bro, like you gotta immediately go to the nearest electrical outlet, nigga, and just put your tongue in there, nigga, and put a coke on it. Like, I mean, do whatever you need to do, nigga, because that's a level of embarrassment, nigga, you will never live down ever again. It's just like girls leave them and get with lesbian and turn lesbian. Like, bro, you were that bad, nigga. She had to start diking. Like, where did they do that at? You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I was gonna bring up that little no, it ain't, and bad and bougie. No, it ain't cool for older men to fuck with young girls. I hate that shit worse. Like it is nothing lamer to me, nigga, than see like a 24-year-old nigga clearly out of high school that's a grown man, he in college, just got out of college or whatever he's doing, and this nigga trying to shoot at 18, 19-year-old women. I can't stand niggas like that. I'm tell you what, nigga, if the nigga even looks slightly old, because I got 2 daughters, and ain't no nigga that look like, the fact he even look like he could be way older than like a 4 or 5-year-old difference, bro. That shit ain't cool to me. It feel weird talking to my wife sometimes, realizing that like I'm 5 years older than her. But when I met her, I had just turned 25. She was already 20. So that's already like borderline for me. And this is like the first woman I ever been with that I was actually older than.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It's a bunch of weirdos out here. You know what I'm saying? That want to date young motherfuckers. I understand, yeah, young, you got that vigor. You can do a whole lot of things. You a lot more flexible. You double jointed. You can do shit all night. I get it, but like after a while, like you just want to do different shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
man. But here's my deal.
You get this bill paid though.
And I agree with you. My whole thing, like, I don't think I've gone 2 years. I think 2 years younger than me has been the most. Like, I don't think I've gone past it because I don't like that young shit. And I used to look at them old niggas a certain way, but I look at it like this: once you get to a certain age, if you can afford it or you can make it work, because I mean your options are limited. Think about it, if you stay in your age range and you get to a certain, you get up there. You know what I'm saying? Say you late 40s. 50s, and you got out of a divorce situation or whatever. If you still got your shit going for you, you can do. Man, I'm not even mad at you because you got to realize everything else is gonna come with a lot of burdens and a lot of other stuff, and I don't blame them. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. I ain't mad at the Cougars. Hey, you just trying to have a little fun if you ain't taking it too serious, whatever you got going on. But they just got to be adults, man. Like fuck that other shit.
How am I a hypocrite by not dating a teenager? Nigga, I was dating a 20-year-old woman and nigga in college. What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? It's just weird to talk about time frames. You be like, damn, I was in fucking high school. I was just getting out of high school. Like, I was the first year in college. Like, when she be like, yeah. And I'd be like, Like, when we talk about shit, we can laugh and joke about the shit. But, like, I mean, I'm 33, she's 28. You know what I'm saying? It's not like she was 17 and I was like 22 or some shit like that, nigga. I don't prey on young girls like that. I mean, I couldn't tell she carried herself like a grown ass woman. You know what I'm saying? So more than a lot of these women that I ever been with. So it is what it is. But off of that, I was gonna start talking about that little shit that you was talking about with that Tariq had put out, and it's a shame. Like, okay, for one. Okay, if you the way you want to be, and if you come out and this and that, that's fine. But like, why is this shit now being pushed on little children who have no earthly idea what the hell is going on? My kids know when shit weird. They be like, no. Like my kids, I remember, bro, I'll never forget, man. Tuwong Fu was on one night, and nigga, my son looked at Wesley Snipes, and that nigga was like, yo, that nigga got on a dress. And me and my wife bust out laughing like we knew, and he just turned 3 2 months, like almost 2 months ago. You know what I'm saying? Like he knew something was wrong with that picture. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you don't. I don't know, like these kids know they don't really understand,
Mm-hmm.
but like my relationship with my wife, thinking they know it's a man, it's a woman, they can understand that, they know it's love there, and not that people can't love one another and they can't raise kids, but that's not what I'm saying. But it's just like, why does homosexuality? Why is that shit like a class now? Like it's a requirement for
Mm-hmm.
kids to know. They want to teach kids about transgender shit. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't. That's a major reason I suggested to my wife years ago that I'm not fucking putting my kids in no public school. For one, these kids is fucking outrageous today. Two, everything is for a motherfucking world star. These damn teachers ain't worth the fuck no more. All they care about is their paycheck. I don't want my kids learning about no standardized tests that they got to take to graduate, to go to fucking college. And it's just like, I don't know what the hell they learning in these schools today.
Yeah.
To each his own. I'm doing something different, and that's cool. I'm not knocking what nobody else is doing with their kids, because you got to make sure that your kids are getting the best, education that they can get. But I just I don't get why that's even educational.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't take a woman trying to be a man seriously. Like, you still got fallopian tubes. Like, if a nigga was to shoot, a nigga can still shoot your club up and you still gonna get pregnant.
Mm.
Why are you looking, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not gonna change anything.
I
A
agree
man
with that.
can't have no children. A man trying to be a woman, at the end of the day, the nigga still got a prostate.
Yeah. But that's the thing that kills me though,
It's
because
prostate
you
cancer.
see these articles and these ads, and they push it like that, and they're deliberately deceptive. Because I've seen more
Right.
than one or two sit here and say, "Oh, a man is having a baby." No, it's not a man having a baby. And then the thing about it is, regardless, whatever y'all, whatever you support, whatever. Like I said, everybody's free to do what they want to. Just don't push your bullshit on me. But when you see this shit, it's the weirdest looking motherfuckers. And the one I saw with quote unquote the man having a baby, the trans man, I don't even know which way is what. I don't know, is it trans? Is it a man that's trans? Is the
Right.
is or is, was it used to be the woman, or however it goes. Anyway,
Right.
it was a switch woman and a switch man in a relationship having kids. So the mama dude was wearing a moo and
Uh-huh.
shit. Was the sperm donor, I guess. Let's put it like that so we can figure out what we talk about. Was turned into a woman, and the childbearer was turning into a man. And so
What?
this hairy motherfucker breastfeeding and shit. Like, it's just like, come on,
What?
man. It's like, come on, you're sitting here
You
telling
realize
me,
how ridiculous
yeah,
that shit
and this is what
sounds?
I'm saying. So you're sitting here telling me that this is going to be perfectly normal, and this child is going to be just fine and not feel awkward or disturbed in any way compared to other children. Oh, yeah, I just came from this situation. It's thrown off, man. Like, again, like I say, hey, do what you do, whatever. But it's
Case in point, Honcho. When what's that nigga name? Bruce Jenner, because that's what that nigga name. That nigga gonna always be Bruce to
yeah,
me. I'm always remember that nigga with that perm he had, nigga, when he got his earrings. And they had the nerve to give this nigga the Woman of the Year award and put this nigga on the cover of Vanity Fair,
yeah.
saying that this nigga was brave. Nigga, he brave, nigga, for being a homosexual. Let's discuss this. What's so fucking brave about being a homosexual? And why, as a homosexual, do you feel the need to announce what you like? We don't give a fuck. More than half of these motherfuckers. How often, or how like really, how often is anybody surprised that a person is homosexual? Like, let's
Yeah.
just be real. Like, nigga, we knew you was gay, nigga, when you was 4 years old, nigga. Like, we just knew.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just stop.
Yeah, and I agree with that. That's my thing. Is like, what bothers me the most about it is that we talk about women's rights and everything, and even though we swear up and down here, people say, "Oh, Honcho hates the females. He's a woman basher." This is not true. I love the ladies. I
No.
just I like the hoes. I hate them bitches. But I ain't said that in a while,
Right.
so y'all cool. But my thing is that you've let this segment of people
Trill,
come
shut the
in
hell
and just override. That you've let them override the women. It's like now women aren't
I don't
irrelevant.
know, man.
You've let these people come in again in the track meets, the sports or whatever. Like you just said, they gave old buddy Woman of the Year award. In what?
Woman of
They
the
ain't never
Year
had a
award.
period. They ain't got to go through them emotional phases and deal with that nonsense. They never
None.
had no children or any of these things that women have to go through. These are things that men will never understand, and I'm glad. I'm super glad that I don't. Look, I am very fortunate because I see some of the shit that they go through, and I'm just like, man, I'm glad I don't have to deal with that nonsense. You upset one minute,
They
happy
don't
the next.
either if they don't want to.
Yeah, and so my thing though is just
That's a
that.
choice.
My thing is just that. How are you calling these people? It's like, even if. And here's my thing. And I talk about women because it's funny because it be the women who swear up and down ain't no good men and all this other stuff. They be the main ones embracing this nonsense. It's like, do you
Oh yeah.
realize you're contributing to your own detriment, right? Because you talking about, oh, ain't no good
Right.
men, but then you're embracing all the men who become effeminate and then begin competing with you for male attention because that's
And then
based on
push
what they
it on
do.
their own kids and be like, oh, girl, oh, get it. Nigga calling their sons girl and want them to do all kind of fuck shit on camera, nigga. That shit is
Man,
embarrassing.
look. Hey, people can,
Couldn't
can,
be
can
me, though.
yeah, people can do what they do. I'm gonna be honest with you. If that's the mentality or the way you operate, I'm out. There's just is I could not, in my good conscience, associate with somebody who is pushing that mentality upon their children because I'd have
How
concerns.
you gonna yell to your son? How you gonna yell to your little 10-year-old son? Get it, bitch, nigga. What? In what world? In what world, nigga, is that acceptable? I, only in America.
Yeah. Hey, man, but then shit, they trying, they trying to go international. They working on their way with it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's a lot of tomfoolery, a lot of shenanigans, man. So my thing is just that I'm like, look, I don't hate I don't hate you. I don't support you.
Of course not.
And so it's just like, exist. Like, it's a lot of shit going on in the world I have no idea about. I'm not seeking it out. I'm not trying to stop it. I'm going to live my life as long as it don't cross paths with me and don't interfere with me. I don't care. But my thing is like, if the moment you don't buy into that belief 100%, you become a bigot, you become an oppressor, you become a hater, you
No,
become
this the
anti
one,
all this other
Honcho.
shit.
This the one, Honcho. This the one that they do all the time, Honcho. This the one right here. Now, you always realize it's always how non-homosexuals, the moment that you are asked the question and once you give an opinion, you always get the motherfuckers out here who not even homosexual. This ain't even they fight from the get-go. It's never homosexuals who say this, but they always be like, oh, let them live their life.
Yeah.
And why you worried about them? Oh, what's going on with you behind closed doors? Oh, you got something to say.
Yeah,
What's
and
going
the
on
thing
with
is,
you?
but yet you
Like,
push tolerance and
no, it ain't
understanding,
nothing.
and when
It's
you
just
try to
an
ask
opinion.
questions, yeah, when you try to, when
It's
you,
just an opinion.
I mean, that's
Like,
the
damn, I
thing.
can't have an opinion.
So yeah, that's tough. Like I said, it's a tough deal, man. Like I said, it's extremely unfortunate. Just how it all goes. Like I said, like you said, you can't even ask a question. You talk about, tolerance and acceptance and all this
Right,
other stuff. So okay, well, if this is something I'm not used to, and I ask a question or I say, hey, I don't understand, or I look at it, and then you get mad and outraged and all of that, then who's gonna want to accept
right,
that shit? Who's gonna want to tell me, well, you know what, fuck you too then. You know what I'm saying? And then everything you stand for.
right.
And that's just kind of what it is, man. But man, we got a couple of other calls on the line, man. But I appreciate you calling in, man. I definitely agree with you on that,
Yeah,
man.
that shit was bullshit, bro. Nigga, I called in before Bill, bro. Nigga, before you even put the goddamn headphones on, nigga, I had already called. The moment you said you was booting up, nigga, I immediately went to Google Hangouts, nigga, and dialed the number, nigga. It was at the top, nigga. I was ready to do my song, and nigga, I got cut short, nigga, because Bell got through and was talking, nigga, for 13 minutes, nigga, and 46 seconds, nigga, before I got on. Nigga, I counted. I counted, my nigga.
Oh man. But look, Miss Bell got the code. Look, I don't know. Look, I don't know if she linked up with Roman and he passed the torch and gave her
Bro,
the,
he
the,
gave
the
her the cheat
VIP
code,
line.
bro.
But Miss Bell got the code. She got the golden ticket. I can't, it's a secret line. I can't tell nobody else about. Miss Bell got the private line. You know what I'm saying? VIP status.
Yeah, I don't know how she got through, bro. Like, I don't know. She timed it, nigga, just right. Timed it just right, bro. I was like, the shit fucking clicked off after 2 minutes. And next thing I know, nigga, when it went off and it was still on YouTube, Next thing you know, I hear a female voice, and then I just see people saying Miss Bell in the fucking chat. I'm like, shout out to Miss Bell, she cool. But I'm just like, how the fuck she get through before I did? I'm like, I know I called before her. And I'm like, this nigga immediately turned me down just to answer the fucking phone. But I see how you do, bro. Now I know how Trill feels.
That's how I'm telling you.
Let him get through on the sauce.
I'm telling you, I don't do it. I tell you, I go by the line as soon as the line boot up. And y'all gotta understand, like certain numbers I know, certain numbers because we know from the frequency of the calls. And so if I see somebody chat, hey, I'm finna be on. I said, so certain numbers I'll be okay. This finna be the next number that pop up, and it'd be something completely different. And I'd be like, damn, how in the fuck? I'm telling you, the Romans used to kill me. The Romans was, I'm just like, man, this Roman got it on speed. He got one of them things that they, them contests and people who be like professional contest winners. Them super speed dial machines. Yeah, you got one of them hoes or something. But
remember when we was on the sauce that night and that nigga got through 3 times and we was all like, bro, Roman, get off the phone and let somebody else call. Fuck, the show was hot that night and this nigga got through 3 times. I'm like, nigga, you didn't get it out, nigga, the first 18 minutes you called through.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all, Roman got the trick. Like, I don't know how he got that timing or something. Like, he knows, okay, well, when this hang up, you know what I'm saying, I start dialing 3.2 seconds after that. Roman had the lick. I mean, people, the line was nonstop, and Roman would pop up. He popped up a couple of times that night. Yeah, that shit was funny as shit, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, go ahead. I know Trill probably gonna call in, nigga, with some crazy shit, So, make sure that nigga get on the phone. Oh, and shout out to Mrs. Mead. I was trying to see what the hell she was talking about earlier. She said she shouted me out in the video, but shout out to her, for spreading a little love, and shout out to everybody in the den.
Already. Miss Mead a lunatic, but she my partner. She a Falcons fan, unfortunately.
Yeah. I see that shit. Yeah, I saw the damn Falcons hat, nigga. I don't want doo-doo on that hoe. Yeah, but anyway, let me get up out of here, man.
All right, that's the bet we may appreciate the call.
Bet that.
Bet. So, someone has decided to enjoy torturing me with this particular. And somebody's calling the old Denline. Make sure you're calling the new Denline number. I guess it helps if I put it on the screen, right? So I'm the asshole for that, right? So there we go. But appreciate the love, Anonymous. Appreciate the love,
Just Sarah donated $10. Donate.
Yes. Let's get this party started. Yeah, I had the square head, the 8-bit head. I had the chef's head. I was cooking it up like Harden. And then, and then somebody came with the shitty kitties. Look, I'm not Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys, all right? I'm not enamored with the kittens. Okay, I'm not with the skibbity paps. All right, if y'all follow Tony Baker, y'all know what I'm talking about. But if you are calling, because I see somebody calling the old Denline, make sure you're calling the new Denline. I'll put it out there for those of you who may just be listening. 855-948-0369 is the new Denline. So make sure you utilize that. Yeah, it was terrible. The cats are terrible. They're awful animals that wish nothing good on anyone. Cats are horrible. They're just the worst. Skibbity pal. That shit is the funniest shit. Nobody be talking about. I don't know where you got this shit from. This shit is hilarious. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
What's up, Honcho? It's your boy Chill Sports here.
Chill, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What's on your mind, Chill Sports? How you feeling this evening?
I am feeling really good this evening. Just had a long, hard day at work, and just got my mom a pre-birthday gift.
Okay.
So,
what'd you get her?
Well, it's like I'm giving her multiple gifts. So I started off by giving her a milkshake. So since she likes milkshakes, so I gave her that.
Okay. From a particular location, or was it a homemade milkshake?
A place called Freddy's Steak Burgers.
Man, I've heard of this place. I think I seen one the other day, and I've been meaning to try. I've been on this kick trying new places I haven't, burger places at least. So I'm gonna have to check that out.
Oh no, it's one of the greatest burgers I've ever had. I was like a little skeptical at first, but I genuinely liked it. The fries are good too.
Okay, we'll check that
And
out.
but anyway, so there's a couple things that you miss. I think I think it was by accident or something. But I thought these were really big. One thing was the Rashida Tlaib. She was part of the squad, with
Squad
AOC.
up.
Yeah, she's part of the squad and all that. But with AOC, Ilhan Omar, and AOC, Ilhan Omar. I forgot the other one's name, but she visited the Detroit Police Department, the part of the department where they run facial recognition to like catch suspects.
Yeah.
And she said to the chief of Detroit Police that only African Americans should work facial recognition because non-African Americans can't tell the difference between African Americans. And I don't know. I mean, I feel like that's kind of racist, to be honest, because I mean, sometimes I have some white friends that I confuse sometimes. A few weeks ago, I went up to somebody that looked just like my friend, and then he wasn't.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, I do the same thing. Like, it's just certain people, again, they just have familiarities, and I think that you're going to see other people in that way. I don't.
Yeah.
People. You certain things I can understand, but I think that's a little ridiculous. Maybe she's trying to she's trying to hook some of her friends up with a job or something.
No, I don't know. I mean, there is actually a video of it if you're actually curious about if you want to watch it. And another thing, this past weekend I also did something for my dad's birthday. I took him to see Rambo: Last Blood.
Man, was it good?
Yes, it was.
Oh,
Don't you're gonna well hold on. This is the craziest part. And first off, I took him because he grew up watching the Rambo movies. He showed me them when I was growing up and all that. And I look at the reviews after the movie's over. And people are saying that it's racist, xenophobic against Mexicans.
Wow.
Yeah. Because he's killing. I mean, it's obvious in the trailer. I'm not going to spoil anything for anybody, but he's basically going up against the drug cartel. And they're saying that it portrays as Mexicans as all of them being criminals and all that, and it's basically what I found in this one review saying it's a Trumpian MAGA fantasy. I'm like, I mean, come on, like, I don't understand why someone's gonna say that. It's just a fucking movie. Like, it's entertainment. That's like one of the entertainment is one of the things that us people go to get rid of all the bullshit in life. Just have something distract us for some time, for a few hours maybe. That's why I've been going. That's why I've been going recently to a lot of that shows, because they're fun and they distract me from the bullshit going on in real life.
Yeah.
And I like to go watch movies too, again, to distract me. And I mean, you haven't seen it yet, but I definitely want you to go watch it, and I can guarantee you that you won't find it racist at the end. You'll find it as Sylvester Stallone being a complete badass.
That's what I'm saying. And, it's a Rambo movie. Like, that's what I say. This new generation is. I mean, and I'm not going to even say the new generation. Just the things that people, because there's a lot of older folks that are buying into the bullshit too, and it's sad, I guess, in the sense of being woke or whatever you want to call it. It's terrible, But yeah, that movie and the Joker movie are two movies I want to see, and I've heard kind of a similar situation with that Joker movie too.
Yeah, I think if I have time this week, I'm going to watch that as well. I'm kind of curious, but I can damn well sure tell everyone that no one did it better than Heath Ledger. No one did it better than Heath Ledger.
I agree. I've heard a lot of people say that this is a damn good. I think they might be two different category. I'd have to see it first. I'd have to see it first. You know, origin stories are always a little bit different, but I've heard people say he did a real damn good job. But then you have the people, oh, he's this is explaining, you know, awkward white male, giving them excuse to, you know, do what they're doing. And stuff. I'm like, come on, man, y'all motherfuckers are desperate. But then the funny thing about it is, you got everybody mad about fucking the Joker and saying that's impressive. But who with these, especially these modern day women, most of these woke women, who is their favorite? Well, I don't want to say superhero, but you know, fictional character, fucking Harley Quinn. They love Harley Quinn more than fucking anything, and she's the fucking Joker's old lady, or whatever you want to call it. So she's just delusional. So what does that say about women these days? You know, they don't want Wonder Woman. They don't want fucking Supergirl. They don't want fucking Batwoman, which is a whole new weird thing. They love Harley Quinn and shit like that. So y'all are just as cuckoo. But, you know, it is what it is.
I mean, I don't know. I just think, that's why I like watching old movies. Like my favorite, like if you're talking about old, I'm talking about like 90s, 80s, and 70s movies, because they weren't really political back then. They were just nice, all about the art, classic stuff, and like the Goodfellas. Let's see, man, I can't really think of others ones, but Goodfellas is my favorite movie, probably of all time in my opinion. But because
Sarah donated $2. Your mama's milkshake is going to bring all the boys to the yard.
Put your feelings into the mix. But, you know, those movies are just about art. It's an art. Like, if you want to be political, then whatever, but just don't try to force that bullshit on me. Well, anyway, one last thing. The whole Trump and Joe Biden thing going on with the Ukraine.
Yeah.
I read the transcript. I read line for line, word for word, space for space, and I saw nothing wrong with it. Mm-hmm. It was basically just something about Joe and his son, Hunter Biden, being involved with some oil gas company. It's called, I forgot what it was called, but because his son is on a $50,000 a month job on a board. Or no, not $50,000 a month. I believe it's $50,000 a year on a board of a gas company who he has no experience whatsoever in that business. And there's a video of Joe Biden actually bragging if that prosecutor that was investigating corruption in that company that involved Hunter Biden, if that guy wasn't fired, they will be withholding $1 billion worth of aid from the United States to the Ukraine because they're dealing with like Russian separatists right now. This like little war going on in their country, and hell, the CNN, CBS, they don't want to talk about that, but they want to talk about this transcript call and this impeachment inquiry, which will never happen. But there was nothing wrong to begin with. He was just wanting Ukraine's help to investigate corruption that Joe Biden committed when he was vice president. But nope, they just want to stay away from that because Joe Biden's a Democrat and Trump is Trump.
Yeah, Joe Biden's their only hope. And so, like I say, you know, it's so. What do you think happens now? You know, because again, like I say, it's not too many options. You know, Bernie's feeling the burn. Joe Biden is, you know, kind of getting exposed for that whole little situation. And then next in line, you got with Warren. I don't know if Kamala's even still a potential, but I'm assuming she benefits off of this somehow. You got a couple other names in there. I think you got Yang still in the mix. You got Warren. I think I mentioned her. You got is the other guy? What's his name? I can't even think of his name. The Hispanic guy.
You have Julian Castro and Andrew
Castro.
Yang.
Yeah.
And I forgot that other one. I forgot that other candidate.
You got Tulsi. I think she's I think she made it. Barely, like, because a lot of people aren't really familiar with her. A lot of people, they try to call her alt-right, which is crazy anyway. But yeah, so I mean, who do you think's next? I mean, who do you think is going to fall on? Do you think the people are just going to go with who they are most familiar with, which I would assume would probably be Warren, or do you think what do you think happens?
I mean, Bernie has said that he's still going to the next debate, which is kind of surprising because you were right. He did suffer a heart attack, and reports confirm, and he got discharged from the hospital today, and I mean, he said that he's going to the next debate, which, I mean, I know it's not confession Sunday or whatever, but I will confess straight up that I used to be a Democrat/liberal, but over the summer I completely changed to a Republican/conservative because, you know, I started opening up to. I used to always think it was always about feelings, but then I started like saying, no, this is not right. I should be looking at the facts. And now I feel I'm having the time of my life just looking at the facts now. And if me back then was still now, I would be like, oh, it's still going to be Bernie, still going to be Biden in there. But now that I'm completely changed my view on the world, I have a straight I don't fucking know, because the left is a strange place. Like they're now starting to hit up rumors that Hillary Clinton's going to run again in 2020.
Look, she might be the whistleblower. She's like, fuck all these motherfuckers. I'm just gonna skip it. Here's the thing, and that's funny because I think I saw a headline, but I didn't even pay attention to it. You know, because I'm gonna be honest, she's not over it. She swears up and down that Trump's worried about her every day, but she's been the one writing books and complaining I should have won and all this other shit. You know. And if she comes out of nowhere and jumps the line in front of everybody else, if that doesn't raise red flags to what's going on, I mean, people are really stupid. But I think there's people who don't care anyway. There's people who will probably be like, oh, well, you know, I voted for her once. She's going to get it this time. She's got the best shot. Man, it would be, I don't know. I mean, if she wants to get embarrassed again, she can do whatever she wants. It's America. You got the right to do whatever the fuck you want to. But I find it extremely, extremely interesting if that does happen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's just a lot of rumor mumbo jumbo to like get the people riled up. I don't think that's like, I think that's just what it is. If it does happen, then it is very suspicious.
No.
And even though the Russian investigation concluded that there was no wrongdoing on Trump's part, no wrongdoing, and now they're just this is, and then they're doing it again with Ukraine, and the transcript shows that they did that nothing absolutely illegal happened. I mean, it just shows how desperate that the Democrats are, and desperation is is always one of the major downfalls when it comes to a person or a group for that matter. Because if you try so hard to go after something that's misleading, false, or bad, like, you're not going to survive very long out there. And it's basically a part of survival of the fittest. If you are too desperate for one thing, you're not going to make it, because if you're too desperate, you won't focus on anything else. Yeah. And I just wish they just focus on the real problems going on in America right now, like the opioid crisis that's still happening, even though it's now even though it's settling down now, that's still a problem that's happening. And making sure our borders our southern border is protected, and make sure that no illegals come in. And what I mean by illegals, like, I wish that people would see this. I'm not being racist. I'm just saying I don't want people that are not supposed to be here in this country. If you want to come to this country, I believe you should do it the legal way, the right way. And that doesn't just that goes for everyone that wants to come here. And, you know, I don't know, it's like I've always said, it's a weird life, it's a weird life in a crazy world.
I agree. And I mean, that's the thing, yeah, because I think most people automatically think Hispanic when they think about it.
Professor Troll donated $2. Yeah. People of the persuasion that have a deficiency in the appreciation of seasoning.
Are you asking if I think
Please stop recommending food places to black folk. We are not interested in your flavorless and tasteless food preferences.
Hold on a second.
#how2 do not hashtag fuck Freddy's.
Okay, Could you repeat that, please? Somebody made a donation, and a robot voice came on and made a very intriguing statement.
Oh, what was this statement?
Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Let's see. Shout out to Professor Trill. I appreciate the love. And Jess here and everybody else. 335 and the Nama. Professor Trill says, people of the persuasion that have a deficiency in the appreciation of seasoning, please stop recommending food places to black folk. We are not interested in your flavorless and tasteless food preferences. Hashtag hails to the gnaw and hashtag fuck Freddy's.
I mean, I thought it was good. I didn't say it was absolutely good. Food is subjective. I mean,
man, don't let Professor Trill try to sway you from your burger preference. If you like this shit, man, I want that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't let Professor Trill try to bully you out of your burger preference. Don't let him bully you out the burger, man. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if you don't like the burger, the milkshake is pretty good. I'll let you know. That I'm pretty sure you're gonna like, are the milkshakes.
I'm still gonna go. I'm gonna go eat a burger. I'm gonna post this shit on my Instagram. But yeah.
But anyway, I'm pretty sure there's some other people that want to get into the line. Before I head out, I'm gonna say this real quick. If you're watching this day right now and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Subscribe. Hit that subscribe button.
That's what I'm talking about.
And also subscribe to Saw Sports. All right, y'all hear me? Y'all better do it. Y'all better do it.
But I appreciate the plug there, Chill Sports, man.
No problem. Are you doing pregame on Sunday?
Yeah, we're gonna pregame on Sunday, and hopefully, if I get everything done in time, then we may have a live tomorrow. I didn't go live today. I got like a couple of videos I got to upload tomorrow, but I plan on going live tomorrow. Talk a little shit before we get into the pregame.
All right, I'll be sure to tune in.
All right, Chill Sports, man. I appreciate it as always, man. Thank you for calling.
No problem. You have a good night.
No, you too. Oh man, I forgot. I still got an Angus patty left. I'm gonna make me a burger after the stream. I'm gonna make me a good old homemade burger. I made one earlier, bitch was delicious. How many people put fried eggs on the burger? I need to know. Wow, Professor Trill. Really? Angus patty, buddy. All right. Come on, guy. Oh, yeah, you know me better than that. Now you've just gone too gosh darn far. Because when I was on the other side, I used to go down to Tookie's Burgers. And Tookie's Burgers are pretty good. And I saw that one day because I was on a breakfast kick where I was making fried eggs. I was never a fried. I was always a scrambled egg guy, right? And then for some reason, I just started fucking with fried eggs super tough. And then I saw the option to put a fried egg on a burger. It was a burger that had a fried egg on it. And I'm sitting here wondering, like, why would someone do that, right? Why would someone put a fried egg? But it had to be a reason that they made this an option. Because, I mean, people had to be doing something like, fuck it, let me check it out, you know? And it actually turned out to be pretty fucking good. And so I do that from time to time. I went to the place the other day, I want to say last weekend, that Broderick had recommended, and it was the Bernie's Burger Bus. And I forgot what I ordered, but they have the option to add a fried egg to that, and I did. Hey, that bitch was delicious. I'm not going to lie. Both of those spots that Broderick recommended were very good. I think Bernie's Burger Bus is more of a, I won't say, it's more flavorful. I think I can just overall, because the ingredients that they use. But Joy's Love Burger, it's the fucking burgers about as big as your fucking head, and they're just great. They're like super fucking burgers. I should post the fucking. I got pictures of it, bro. I took fucking pictures of the burgers that I ate. I should post them. One day I will. Oh man. Fucking fries and shit. I don't know, but I ain't gonna lie. The Bernie's Burger Bus burger doesn't look as good because I'd ordered it to go after the little one's game, and then we like fuck it. We ended up sitting in, and had some little chili cheese fries. They were pretty good, but because it was sitting in the wrapper, the little cheese got a little melty and stretchy. But That Joy Love Burger, that stupid fucking big burger bitch. It was great. Joy's Love Burger is just a big old ass burger. Okay, you fuck with the eggs? Yeah, that's what y'all don't like that running shit. That running shit, Man, I just seen it. Man, look. So, I'm not a man. I don't believe in domestic violence. Okay. But my old lady is from Cali. And on the way to, it's funny that question comes up when I say I don't believe in domestic violence and Honcho had to rough up or what. That's timing, right? What timing? And we're on the way to the soccer game. She plays a little ways off from where we're at. Not a little way, maybe about 10 minutes. And on the freeway, and happened to see on the side that they have built an In-N-Out burger. And she got excited. So there's this big deal with the little one telling her about, she tries to be finicky. So we try to get her to try new things, eat new things. And I'm anti In-N-Out, it's Whataburger In-N-Out beef. It is what it is, man. I mean, it's just what it is. You can't, if you're a trio Whataburger, you can't be fucking with In-N-Out. We don't get down like that. And so she was all excited. Oh, In-N-Out, yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm like, man, fuck In-N-Out. But it hasn't opened yet. It's like, I guess, just be opening soon or whatever. And so we get to beefing and talking shit. And said, but only thing I really like, Whataburger's all right. I really like their breakfast, but this burger's good and that burger's good. And fucking basically loving all the burgers from Whataburger. And then, so she also been, I'm like, fuck them In-N-Out little bitty ass burgers. And so I tried my best to manipulate the little one into going to Team Whataburger. I mean, she eats Whataburger. She ain't never had In-N-Out before. But, I'm trying to get her on my side. And then she hit me with the old, well, you said that you can't not like something if you've never tried it. So you can't judge the In-N-Out burger because you haven't eaten one. So I can't listen to you. I'm like, wow, that's what I get for trying to indoctrinate into the burger club. But it is what it is. Yeah, she hit me with that. I was like, damn, your ass don't want to listen to me any other time, but you would listen on this one. Everyone, what's the motherfucking deal? LaDon, what's the motherfucking deal? Female pimp, on you. You probably been here, but I just had to give you that. Five Guys is solid. I like Five Guys. They use the what is it that they use, the not potato oil, whatever they use for the fries, peanut oil. They're solid. Man, look, the chicken strip burger is solid. The sweet and spicy burger is solid. The A1 burger solid. The mushrooms, everything in Whataburger is solid. Taquito is solid. The jalapeno cheddar breakfast biscuit, whatever you choose, but solid, super. That's like the best best breakfast biscuit in the game. The jalapeno cheddar breakfast sandwich. Look, we will have to probably, we'll have to throw hands if you try to come in and say that there's anything better. I've never had cold. What are you talking about? I've never had. Look, here's my thing. I know we talk about. Yeah, we definitely going free range to Free Range Friday. I know we talk about Chick-fil-A is God's chicken, right? It is what it is. Personally, the second best service I've ever had has been at Whataburger. You know what I'm saying? Honey butter chicken, it's cool. The honey butter chicken biscuit, it's cool. But that jalapeno cheddar biscuit is the livest shit in the game. Just the biscuit itself. But you gotta, you can't just get the biscuit. You be out of there. But the second best service that I've had is at what are you I don't know, you going to the ghetto Whataburgers. They be made the food, they just don't want to give it to you. Chick-fil-A lines, there's no comparison. They got, I don't know, they turn the speed up. They up it up. They got like 50 people doing one job or something. But Whataburgers, there has been times I've had, I'm not gonna lie, there has been times I've had a wait at Whataburger. But recently, I would say maybe within the last couple of years or so, maybe it was location or whatever. I haven't had an issue. Even when you go to the Hood Whataburgers, they've been solid. You know what I'm saying? I have no issues. Taco Bell has terrible service. All right, but if you want fake Mexican food, there's nothing better. All right, hey, there's not too many in the fake Mexican food competition. Let me see. Who else is home? There's a lot of restaurants out here that it's a lot of little, like, I don't want to say rinky dink, but I don't even want to call them mom and pop establishment, but there's just a lot of places that I want to go and check out. Say Daryl Moore's in the shitstorm right now. No, I hadn't heard anything about it. But he's more the GOAT. Moore's never out the game. Matter of fact, let me make sure I'm on my other shit. Hi there. What they talking about? I said the first thing I slide on the Twitter, first thing I see is if they fire Daryl Moore, we ride. Well, goddamn. But then he tweeting something about Tokyo wakes up. I don't know what the hell is going on. Oh, what's his name? Trying to fire him from what? That's tough. What the fuck is going on? Uh-oh. Oh, look at DeMarque already a traitor. Wow. China's furious with him. Oh, wow. Yeah, he is kind of one of those guys. So there's that. He is definitely an advocate of the people, of some sorts. There's that. Just Sarah, good evening, ma'am. I'm glad that you came through. Milkshake. Milkshake. That is a good one. Yeah, I mean, it's anti-Hong Kong. Like I say, not my problem. Hey, you know what? Oh, nobody said anything. You know what? I don't know if anybody's calling into the line. I didn't even think about it. That would be the most foolish move that you can make if you do that. I don't know if anybody's calling into the line, but if you are, you're probably on hold or saying that it's closed. So I did not think about it because I have it set to. I have it set to cut off at 12, and I forgot I got started a little bit late. So if you are calling, I apologize, and we can blame Heidi for it. I mean, it's always easy to find a scapegoat. We'll just blame Heidi and say, she's the reason that everything is going wrong. Let me see. Do I play music? Not necessarily. I mean, I have little tunes when you're on hold and stuff when I'm pausing the dilly dally, but not necessarily. Every now and then we get a call in, and well, you know how that goes. Okay, so yeah, so we have missed a couple of calls. I apologize for anyone who may have called and we missed you. Hold on, let me see. Stop the nonsense. Stop the shenanigans. All right, hold on. All right, I see we got a call or two. You know how I do. I call you back. Let me see. Give me just a minute, play. I'll call you right back. All right, let's see what's going down.
I'm gonna call you.
Okay. Now, good. I just said, like I said, everything else I forgot. I have it shut down at 12 o'clock, and this one actually shuts down on time. The other service I was using, I had that shit to shut off at a certain time. That shit just stay open, keep ringing and shit. What's on your mind there, Professor Trill?
Oh, nothing much. Just what's up to everybody in the chat currently. I ain't really beefing with nothing, but except you just gonna sit up here and talk down on the honey butter chicken biscuit.
I didn't talk down on it. I just
Honcho,
stated my
you need to
preference.
be taken outside and assassinated
Wow.
right now. That jalapeno biscuit is no way better than the honey, but bro, it's not even close. That's not even a fair race.
You just
man.
being fooled by the honey. That's all it is. The honey has you.
Nah, I mean, come on, I'm a nigga. We like sugary shit. Come on, man. You like the jalapeno shit? What you, a Mexican nigga? Fuck out of here.
I've been hanging with Mexicans for a long time. I talked to Big M, so I'm an honorary Mexican somewhere in there.
Boy, Big M was on your head the whole time tonight. That shit was funny. I had to laugh there for Big M a damn fool.
Yeah, goddamn Big M. Look, I'm looking. We're gonna see who laughing when I slide through New Mexico.
Ain't shit out there neither. Not a damn thing.
Okay. So give the people some insight on the current background photo.
That was probably a little over a week ago. I was in the mountains in Colorado, so I was in the Rockies. I was up there, and at that point, the trailer was loaded, and let's just say I had a few fully puckered moments coming down that fucking mountain. Because that motherfucker right there, that mountain in the background, it's got a little fucking narrow 2-lane road, bro. And at one point, man, you look over the fucking side, bro, it's about like a good 500-600 drop off. I'm just like, nigga. I slow rode that bitch all the way down there, man. I was doing 25. Fuck that.
Shit. Putting some of that old ice road, mountain road, trucker shit.
Nah, I told them motherfuckers, I say, man, I'm not going back up there in the winter. Y'all kiss my entire ass. I'm not doing that. That shit was scary with good weather. There ain't no way in hell I'm going up there when it's snowing. Boy, stop.
But the scenery looks lovely though. It looks like so when you go cross country, do you see some nice views like that often?
All the time, man. One of the states I hate the most is one of the most beautiful states is Wyoming. Like when you go through there and the weather's good and it's got snow up there and you can see it on the mountains and shit, it's some beautiful shit to see. But it's just that it's not the best thing to drive on.
No.
That's the only thing. But Utah is really beautiful, especially Salt Lake City. It is a really pretty place. And it's got some good-looking white women up there, too. I ain't even going to lie. I'm not going to lie. Some of the baddest white chicks I've ever seen is in Salt Lake City.
And you know, I find that funny. I wonder if, I guess Salt Lake City wouldn't be considered a small place. But I told you, like, when I saw the most intriguing place was in South Dakota. And I was just like, I didn't think this is, I would expect to see a bunch of backwoods ass shit, but I think that they were on the level comparative with what you would see in some of the thickness of the Caucasian persuasion in Louisiana.
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on here? What am I missing?
That's in the same area, man. The motherfuckers up there, they working out, Honcho. Yoga pants everywhere, ass everywhere. You just like, God damn, man. And they walk like sisters, bro. They don't walk like, all stiff and shit. Nah, man, they got that sway in their hips, too. I'm like, what the fuck they doing up here? What y'all niggas in training or what? Like, that shit crazy.
They out there fighting the wildlife and shit.
Shit. Nope, they say, well, during the wintertime, ain't nothing else to do. You can't go nowhere, so you either shacked up with your boyfriend or you just in there working out trying to stay warm. I'm like, well, shit. I need to fucking... If I could stand the cold, I'd move up there, but fuck that shit. Yeah, I'm not down with that. Yeah. I can't do it.
A tropical origin, and it just does not work well with my DNA.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I can't do it.
I'd rather be hot than cold. That's just me.
Man, that's
I understand the logic. Yeah. I get the logic where you can put clothes on and warm up, and that's true. But, man, that shit... I don't know why it's just way more uncomfortable being that fucking cold, bro. It's just... I don't know.
But see, that's the weird thing about it, right? Because you say that. Well, me personally, I know, like, I'm a person though. One, I gotta sleep with a blanket. I mean, I can go without. I mean, if it's just necessary, whatever, maybe. But so I make the room colder than it needs to be,
So you can snuggle up in something warm.
Yeah, just to have a blanket. It's like, so I either cutting on the fan or cutting down the AC a little bit more, whatever it may be when I go to bed. And I don't know why that's a thing. I don't know if it's a biological thing, if it's just a me thing, or what that is, man.
No, I don't know. I think that's a type of people thing. Because I think right now it's like in the 50s over here where I'm at, and I'm in, fucking Iowa? Yeah, I'm in Iowa, and it's like in the 50s outside, and I got the little fan on in the back here. For no goddamn reason. It's already a little chilly in the truck, but I need that little fan. I don't know why. It helps me go to sleep.
Yeah. That's wild. I've recently discovered, because like I say, I would always kind of, I wouldn't say I have difficulty going to sleep, but I'd lay there for a little while. But I've recently discovered that I put the little little earphones on, and play fucking Thunderstorm. I got like a Spotify Thunderstorm playlist. And that shit just, I knock out. As soon as I put that shit in, maybe 2-3 minutes, I'm done. You know what I mean?
You know they got that shit free on YouTube, right?
Or the sounds stuff. Yeah, I mean I use Spotify.
Yeah, them shits last for hours.
Yeah, like
they got like 6 hours, 12 hours. I'm like, God damn.
Don't get your whole sleep in fucking with them hoes.
Yes.
Yeah. Some of them, they got all kind of crazy. YouTube got just some of the craziest shit. I'd be scared of some of that shit. I'd be afraid that I'm gonna fall off, and after like an hour or two, they're gonna put some subliminal shit in there. After I'm knocked out, I'm gonna be getting hypnotized and some shit while I'm knocked out. I don't know. I gotta be careful. But
I'm sorry. Some of the weirdest shit is that ASMR shit. Like, this motherfucker is talking like, what the fuck are you talking about this whole time, trying to talk people into some sense of sleep or tranquility? What the fuck are you talking about? I don't know.
Man,
you know what helped me go to sleep? The Den.
Really?
I had a Den, like I'll find a long one or an old one, and I'll just play that shit, and I'll be thinking. Like, it helps settle my mind, because I'm paying attention to what you saying or what the caller or whoever is talking about, and they help settle my mind, because my mind is focused on something. What makes it hard for me to sleep is when my mind is just fucking racing. I can't go to sleep, so it settles my mind. That helps me a lot.
That's interesting.
I can't listen to Soft Sports because I end up getting mad and start wanting to talk shit to the callers.
Oh man. I got some real interesting sauce, man, that I'm be dropping tomorrow. I'm gonna love to hear your thoughts and opinion. I'm planning on dropping that one pretty early tomorrow, so I definitely want to hear some feedback. Got a new voice in the mix, so I want to know what you think about that.
Yeah, shout out to my nigga Spitz for shouting me out. Goddamn. That's my nigga right there. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, he sent me a Skype to tell you, make sure that to let you know that you shouted him out.
I checked it out. That was another good video. Spitz ain't disappointed me in a long time. And some of the other, I just wish maybe one of them could have took it a little better. It seemed like he took it a little rough to the chin, but that's all right. Me and him gonna be straight. We gonna be straight.
Okay. Female pimp, shut your ass up.
Oh God, what is she talking about?
I don't know. Just the first person out of the spelling bee ass. I don't know what the fuck she be talking about half the time. But yeah, Chicago Mike.
The first person out in the spelling bee. Yeah. I just caught what you said. Oh shit!
Yeah, but that ASMR stuff, it is weird. Man, look, you can stumble down into some weird shit. I'm not gonna lie, it's one I came across. I found it extremely interesting. There's just some things going on with ASMR that I just didn't. At first, I was just like, "What? How is it?" But then there's other levels of it where I can kind of understand where people are winning with it. It's just not something that I could just get, because it's just, I don't know.
What you mean? Like people winning? Like how? What you mean?
It's some women who are taking ASMR via they've taken from YouTube to Pornhub to whatever else, and they're using those sounds in a sensual manner, and they're winning. They're winning off of that, and so I don't think I have to explain too much. If you've ever been with not I don't want to say pro in the sense of a paid pro, but if you know what I mean by a pro who knows what she's doing, and it's just certain sound effects
Yes.
Yeah, and so I'm just I'm like, man, how are you? I ain't mad at you. It's not something I don't think I need to be listening to or getting into, but sometimes it brings back. But when I was in college, that hey, what the fuck am I listening to? Let me cut this shit off. It takes you down a memory lane that you might not need to be on. But I understand it. I see how it works for some people, but it's just. I don't think it's something I can get into long term. Some of the other shit like the food eating, that's a pet peeve for me.
Bruh.
Food eating is a pet peeve. I
Who
hate
wants
smacking.
to hear somebody smack, man? Really?
Oh my God, I can't say
that is a pet peeve of so many people, but to me, it really don't bother me that much.
Really? Man, that shit.
No. I hate more than smacking is motherfuckers who pop gum. I just be wanting to steal them in their fucking jaw. Like, why? Why do you have to make that fucking noise? Bitch, chew the fucking gum and then spit the shit out when you're done. Why you got to pop it and make all that fucking noise? That shit just annoying. That is annoying to me. I don't know why. That's more annoying than smacking. Smacking, whatever. Don't pop no fucking gum. I hate that shit. I hate that shit.
Here we go. We're going to ride the VR motorcycle. And that's funny because I see how somebody black guys like ASMR because it's all white girl. I've seen a lot of black women that are doing ASMR. I've seen a lot of
and there are a lot of lovely ladies with very lovely voices.
Yes.
Like T'Challa, she has a lovely voice. The lady from yesterday who I offered, she has a nice voice. There's a lot of, but ain't no way. Like, come on, nah, it's a whole nother element to why your voice sounds nice and what that connotates. That don't make me sleepy. Like I just don't get it. But I mean, shit, if you can get a motherfucker to pay you to do it, I ain't mad at you. I'm not gonna knock your hustle. But it's just weird.
Yeah, because I mean, it's been going on for you. You got to think about phone sex and all that other shit. So I ain't even mad at him. Like, I mean, it's been working for a while. Like, it's just. Like at this point, man, I'm not knocking anybody. So it's so much off the wall shit going on. If you can find a new creative way to win, I'm not mad. As as long as a person is getting what they're paying for, what they want, and you're not scamming somebody. I seen somebody was with one of these fucking these online weight loss guru something. Oh, we're gonna give you this customized meal plan, and we're gonna do all this, that, and the third for it, all that, and you pay all this money. These motherfuckers send you some shit you got to print out yourself, and just some fuckery, like just some old. It ain't custom.
It's
nothing.
like the IKEA of weight loss plans. You got to put this shit together. Fuck that. Fuck that. I will never, ever in my lifetime shop at IKEA. Man, hell no. Nah. My best friend, what the fuck did he get? He got something from IKEA. It was something his girl got. And this nigga was in there for 2 goddamn hours putting this shit together. I get that. That shit ain't nothing but a little fucking tape. I'm like, what the fuck? 2 hours for a tape? Man, hell no. Hell no. Bitch, we could have went to Walmart, had that motherfucker put together already. Bullshit.
For those asking ASMR is like it's you use this. It's like hearing these intense sounds. Not even intense. It's just they. It's almost like it's really small sounds. Yeah, and some of it's super. Some people like weird shit. Like I say, I've seen some people they like. It's chicks who like put the microphone close. They done makeup and all this stuff. Because I was looking into it a while back. Somebody was like, "Oh, Honcho, you should do ASMR." I'm like, I didn't know what the fuck it was. So I was watching videos trying to figure shit out. And these motherfuckers who put on like lipstick and they'll smack their lips is people who will, it was one I saw. The weirdest one I saw was a chick, and she was like playing like a scenario like she was a nurse at a doctor's office, and all she did was whisper everything. You know what I'm saying? And so like,
oh come on,
it's like it's just like so it's just like these sounds, and it's like they're amplified, like small sounds that you normally hear, like clinking on glass. People who clink on glasses, on different type of glasses, they use different. So it's like it's weird shit, but certain people get off on it, and it's just like because people talk about it gives them this tingly effect or whatever. I was like, well, how is this working for people? I don't think I got that vibe, but yeah, I watched a good bit of them. I'm trying to see all of a ride. Like, what is it? I'm like, I was trying to figure out the premise of it, but this shit is, again, like I say, some of it is interesting when they dress the part and they play the role. Some of those are very interesting, but some of the regular ones are just kind of weird. I'm just like, this shit ain't it. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what you got there. You know,
There's another thing I don't like. Another one of my pet peeves, since we just talked about it. And people in the chat, why don't y'all just start listening to some of y'all pet peeves? This ought to be interesting, an interesting little conversation. Instagram. I'm gonna start with something that I fucks with heavy and my pet peeve. What I can't stand more than anything in the world is when these Instagram girls typically they'll get on camera and then just move the camera around and not do absolutely fucking nothing. What are you videoing? Why are you doing that? What is the fucking point?
That's the prostitute promotion.
That drives me crazy. Now, the shit that I do fuck with heavy, and of course I'm sure that most men probably gonna fuck with it heavy too, I love to watch a good looking chick put on lipstick. Bruh, that shit, bruh, girl, you better stop.
Interesting.
Yes, I like that shit. All that makeup tutorial shit, you can miss me with all that. Yeah. But when she gets to the lipstick part, yeah. Yep.
Interesting. What does that do? I can understand that.
Fuck you mean? You know exactly what that do.
Yeah, that's, man, like I say, let me see. The gram is just again, and I know I need to be more social media savvy. It's I don't know, man. It's just so tough for me to be consistent on there because, you know, what part of it is that they want you to not just post, you know, they want you to interact, and that's what helps get your account, you know, a little bit better promotion and little things like that. I'm not going to buy no service with no fake followers or anything like that. You know, all sports stuff is cool, you know, because I have only sports on that, but I try to go to other stuff. It's like most of my shit, like the Honcho Instagram is mostly inspirational shit. A couple of comedians, you know, Tony Baker, because that animal shit be hilarious. That shit is the funniest shit on.
I got my brother hooked on that nigga, man. He will not. Every time he called me, he talking about some goddamn cram. Every fucking time he called me, bro. He even got my goddaughter saying cram. Like, man, cut that shit out, bro. Cut that shit out.
That shit is hilarious. The cram shit, that's what I said, the cram and the skippity paps. That shit just, I'll be like, where does he get these videos from? It's like I say, and it's a skill because he just the little voiceovers be cool.
It be the names, Honcho.
Oh,
the fucking names, bro. Well, bust a move then, Bartholomew. I be like, bro, what the fuck? Who the fuck still naming pets Bartholomew?
Man,
that reminds me. I knew a white boy from school named Bartholomew.
That's tough.
I wonder whatever happened to him. He got beat up a lot. But anyway,
with a name like that, you gonna go through some shit.
Yeah, and he was a tall, skinny white boy in a school full of racists.
That's tough.
Yeah, so if you ever was in Port Arthur and you went to Edison Middle School. Yeah, you know, there was a bunch of some racist motherfuckers, boy. The niggas hang with the niggas, the white boys hung by themselves, and the Mexicans hang with the Mexicans, and the Vietnamese hang with the Vietnamese. And the way it worked is, if the blacks and the Mexicans was at it, it just beat them. Yeah. If the blacks and the Vietnamese was at it, it just beat them. But if anybody was fighting against the white folks, everybody would jump on the white folks at the same time, no matter. We would just group up. It was bad. It was fucking bad. It was bad. Thinking
crazy.
Back on it, just like we were some evil fucking kids, bro. Like, what the fuck?
That's crazy because I wonder if that happened everywhere. Like, because it was definitely at the end of every semester, it was black versus Mexicans. Like,
yeah,
I remember one time it was one, and I had a homeboy. We had this. I don't know if you remember. What was his name? Was it Billy Herndon? Used to play for the Texans. It was a Herndon.
I know that name.
It was a Herndon that played for the Texans. It was. I believe it was his son. So his dad. This was a big motherfucker, big white dude, probably about 6'5" or so, and he was old back. This nigga was about 6'5", big, stocky motherfucker. This nigga had two fucking Dodge Neons. I was like, there's no way that you fitting in these motherfucking vehicles comfortably. He was a 6'5", 6'6", man. And so, but anyway, so like I said, it was one of the fights. It was over by the bus. I remember that shit. This might have been senior. It might have been junior because I think that guy was out of school for the first part of the school year. And a little nigga you used to run with. So they fighting, blacks versus Mexicans, they were fighting. And then Principal Herndon come and grab him or whatever. This nigga turned around and dropped that nigga. I'm talking about this.
Damn.
I'm just laying. I was like, God damn, nigga fell in sections. Like, what is going on? Like, just drop. I'm like, God damn. But he just used to be. It was like a little mini riot. So you fight at school. Then once they kind of cleared you out, once the officers came through and cleared you out, there was a little park right around the way. You get to fighting over there.
Finish it. Yeah, you finish it. Yeah, damn right. Yeah, nah, nigga, I still want my one, cuz. Yeah. Meet me across the street at the apple tree. I remember that shit, bro. We used to fight at the apple tree parking lot back there in the loading bay. Yeah. We used to fight motherfuckers. Yeah. It wasn't no shooting, man. Niggas wasn't worrying about coming shooting up the school. Yeah. We had a real big incident one time. They called it a food fight, but that shit wasn't no food fight. It was some grown-ass Vietnamese dudes pulled up at the fucking cafeteria and second lunch, man, and they hopped out. And where the road was, you had that little horseshoe that come around to the cafeteria. Yeah. So they pulled up in the horseshoe. Of course, they was in some import cars. Yeah. They hopped out. They walked right in the cafeteria. Of course, it wasn't no fences, police and all that shit back then. This was a little bit before that. And them motherfuckers came in there. Next thing you know, man, one of them just straight up jump kicked the motherfucker and knocked him clean, smooth the fuck out. And then it was on. It was just Vietnamese fighting Vietnamese. So all of the black people, we was trying to watch. Yeah. Like, God damn, man, that shit was an epic fight.
A real live kung fu movie. But that's what it was. It was. Back in the day, though, niggas wasn't tripping on that. You fight. You know what I'm saying? You take your L or you get your dub, and you move on with it. If you still mad about it, well, shit, we gonna fight again.
Fight again, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like until we
both you got your ass whooped enough.
Yeah, we gonna satisfy this, and then 9 times out of 10, when it's all said and done, whatever the series is, whatever it is, then there's this level of respect. It's like, nigga, you tired of fighting me, I'm tired of fighting you. Hey, it is what it is. We don't even remember what we was fighting for in the first place. So either we gonna be cool or we gonna go on about our way. It's a certain level of respect, or we just don't fuck with just whatever it may be. But now, like I say, niggas don't want to take that L. Again, we live in this.
They want to take your life.
Yeah, we live in this highlight generation. So
they'll take your life before they take an L.
Yeah,
that's a fucking fact.
Yeah, afraid of taking that L. You don't get to live and see another day. You might get a little black eye, a little bloody lip or something. But you get to go back and again, either fight again or you call it a rap, whatever you want to do it. But now, niggas afraid to be put on the phone. Oh, that nigga got knocked out, world star, and all that other shit. And because we live in this highlight generation, nobody wants to see them. Nobody sees the L's. Nobody sees all the shit that motherfuckers go through before they get there. And so they think that's just what it is, and it's very sad. It really is.
It is, and now it ain't just the people in school or the people who just happen to be walking home or going that way. It's the whole school, the whole city, the whole state, and if it go viral, the country, the world, everybody get to watch you get your ass whooped. So it's just like, well, you might want to do some training to make sure you win the next fight. It's just what it is. So I don't know. And motherfuckers just, I don't know. It's just like they don't have heart like that no more. They just don't.
I remember a little nigga that was outside the field house, and this nigga. And it wasn't that he ain't even really just get handled like that. But, he got into a little scuffle, and he wasn't necessarily on the up and up side. That nigga walked all the way back to the hood to go get a gun to come back to the school. But again, I think by the time he got back, old buddy, his parents came to pick him up. It was after practice. It was like, nigga, y'all niggas fighting after practice. Y'all niggas ain't tired, nigga. Shit, like, God damn, ain't nobody got time for that shit. Somebody is inquiring, Miss LaDon is inquiring if the professor is single.
Yes.
Okay. Well, there you go, Miss LaDon. Yes, the professor is single. There is room in the Cadillac.
Always room in the Cadillac.
Female pimp, you don't know that. You smoking wet, female pimp. That's the only smoking you know about.
God damn. She can't just be high. She gotta be smoking wet.
On that damn. The Shermanator. Sherman Hemsley. So that's just kind of what it is. But yeah, like I say, it's a different breed. It's a different chain, thing. And again, like I say, it's different. Now, I don't know if that was y'all. Like I say, I used to have some partners from Port Arthur. I forgot if they went to, did they go to Lincoln?
But they said, fuck Lincoln. I said it.
But I think they said that their coach used to put them in the glove whenever they had beef. They put them in the gloves after practice and shit like that. If they wanna sell it, I have no problem with that. Like I said, I think if you have a controlled
Yeah,
environment, a situation, man, let these young men be men and understand how to
I'm
overcome
all
their
for that.
males, and again, like I say, own up to it. You feel a lot better owning up to it than that other shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, DeMarque, I've been forgetting about your wrench, and I meant to take a vote earlier on whether or not we should give you a wrench back.
Nah, he don't get no wrench back. That's over and done with. We need to get some new blood in here.
I think we need to do a quick poll on DeMarque's wrench. Say they should listen to Craig's dad. Yeah, get knocked out like this nigga used to. Fucking that shit there,
Yeah.
man. But like I say, yeah, it's just lessons that ain't lessons no more. It's very unfortunate, man. You know what I'm saying?
And that helps with growth, man. Like if you not motivated from getting your ass whooped, then what the fuck else is gonna motivate you?
Exactly.
Like seriously, if you ain't got no heart at all, it's gonna show.
Yeah.
It's gonna show. And then a lot of times, if shit just kept escalating, it would always be because normally it's gonna be a family member get involved.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, they'll be like, okay, why these two niggas keep fighting?
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll be one person like my cousin, then your cousin. They know each other, so then they talk, and then they bring us together, and then squash the shit. Mm-hmm. If it just starts to where it starts to snowball.
Yeah.
But it would always be a stopping point. The shit would never escalate to where now you got two whole groups of motherfuckers trying to kill each other over two motherfuckers that just can't get along.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, it's the complete opposite. It's just these two motherfuckers started, and then it just fucking just branches out, and now you got this group versus this group, and they don't even really know why they fight.
Exactly. They don't know shit. They just answer shit. I'm how to fight, so I'm fighting. It be like that, man. Like I say, it's a lot of young niggas then lost their life. Not even just as far as death, but shit. We talk about jail time and everything else because of stupid ass shit like that. Getting caught up in dumb ass shit, and this is why we need more male mentors. We gotta, I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna figure something out somehow, some way. I think ultimately, I'll be thinking about I think that's something I'm gonna figure out. Like I'm supposed to get a few things in line. Like I'm gonna start some type of program to help mentor some of these younger men in society. I think it ain't gotta be just about being all the way quick. Something just some shit motherfuckers not gonna relate to, but having an understanding of what's right and what's wrong. And I don't think people really get all that. But you got to catch them at the right age before they get too corrupted. I don't know.
Or the dumbest shit in the world, a female choosing. That's the dumbest thing in the world to fight over because this chick chose this dude and now you mad. Like, bro, come on, man.
That's the one thing.
Ain't no way.
That's the one thing I promise myself even from a young guy. I will never, ever, ever fight over broad out. Now, if you disrespect me, that's different.
That's different.
The fact because of a broad, man, get the fuck out of here. I'm not fighting over no hoes. You know what I'm saying?
Because we used to, of course, I went to TJ. We didn't
get
along too well with the people
Still
from the school on the other side who shall remain nameless. But I happen to have, let's just say, had an extreme infatuation with one of the female archetypes from said school, and we participated in lots and lots and lots of fornication. And when it was found out that she was spoken for, and she was spoken for by me from another school, it turned into an issue at her school. So me doing something stupid, I pulled up. And when I pulled up dolo, and it was just one individual that seemed to not understand how to take the word no for an answer.
Yeah.
And she tried to handle it, and when she couldn't handle it, of course, she tried to tell the teacher and the administration. They did nothing. So she did the dumbest thing she could do and tell me. So the vehicle that I drove in high school was my stepdad's truck, which we still have, a 1972 Chevrolet C10 pickup. Blue and white. I pulled up in that bitch too. And I wasn't stupid enough to just walk up on her, so I took, and it was Thursday? Friday, one of the days was like right before the football game, and I had my football jersey on and my number, so I took it off in the truck.
Okay.
So I walked up, and I knew what period she had been because she was a twirler or some shit. I don't even remember. So I took my shirt off. I walked up there with just pants and shoes, shirtless. So I knew the dude, you know, from around the way because Port Arthur's small. So I proceed to jack him up right there in front of everybody. And I told him what I knew. I told him how I knew. I told him what he would do and what he was risking if he proceeded with the same action he was pursuing. And if I had to come back, there's not enough niggas in this school to get me off your ass. Then I proceed to let him down, walked up to the female, kissed her, got back in my truck, and left. That's what I did. All that before the police showed up. Because somebody called the police. And I knew they was. But I was out of there. I was gone. Never heard from again.
Word.
And at that point in time, the female that I was fornicating with, she knew the extent of how much I didn't give a fuck. And it scared her. Yeah.
But that's
she then knew at that point that I wasn't just talking. I wasn't bullshitting. I was for real.
Man, you know, that's the crazy thing, man, because I don't know. You can't win. Sometimes with these females, y'all females, I love y'all, but y'all crazy. Y'all indecisive. Cause you be too aggressive, you know, and y'all don't want to deal with that. Y'all start feeling sorry for the nigga that get embarrassed. But then it be the punk ass nigga, he didn't get whooped or whatever. You don't want to fuck. I guess it just depends on the stock that you fucking with. But it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Different reactions, different strokes for different folks. But yeah, that's unfortunate, man. You know, you took all that risk and she ain't want to make the break. LaDonya shall live. Y'all crazy.
I'm not done, Honcho. Let me tell you the worst part. How this story actually ends. It actually ends many, many years later. I'm going over to my kinfolk house, my cousin's house, and I see a strange car outside, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? You know, because when you from a small hood, everybody know you know everybody's car. So if you go to your people's house and you see a car out front that you don't recognize, you're trying to see who the fuck that is and what the fuck they want, even though you don't even live there. So I walk up in the door. I'm like, man, who truck is that? And then my little cousin, she said, oh, that's my boyfriend truck. And I say, where this nigga at? I walked in there, Honcho. It was the same nigga. My little cousin, I looked at that nigga and he looked at me. And he was like, man, I don't want no problem. I say, man, if you don't get your bitch ass up out my house, and it wasn't even my crib. He politely got up and left. Now, my cousin, she looking at me like, what the fuck? And I told her, I said, if I ever see you around that nigga again, I'm going to fuck him up in front of you every time. Of course, she was mad. She didn't like it. But eventually, which like maybe a week or two later, she understood what kind of dude he actually was when she found out he was trying to fuck with her and her friend at the same time. So I did her a favor, even though she didn't appreciate it right off top, but I want to whoop that nigga ass all over again, just thinking about the shit he did in the past. Again, this ties in from my last call. I don't forget and I don't forgive a motherfucking thing. The only reason I didn't fuck him up at that time because my auntie was home. If my auntie wasn't home, he would have got that work right there, right then. I wouldn't have waited. I'd have just went to beating the dog shit out that nigga just because.
That's tough, man. That's tough, man. That's unfortunate. With the family, that's a whole different dynamic right there.
And that was my younger cousin, bro. She like what? I is what? About 7, 8 years younger than me?
Oh, no. Yeah, that's a no-go. Yeah, that's definitely a no-go. Yeah,
that's why. Because I know if I would have started swinging on the boy, I would have fucked up my auntie furniture and all kind of shit. So out of respect for her, I let him leave.
Yeah, man.
And I told my auntie, too, about him. What he did and all that. That's how old the nigga was. She didn't even know.
Wow. I don't know, man. Them type of niggas, it's a different breed out there. It's not even that it's a different breed, because them niggas have always been around. Them type of dudes, but it's like there's more of them now than ever. And I think that's the problem. Those little them niggas like that have been allowed to. I don't even know if you call it spread guidance, but they've been allowed to, spread their message to the younger generation. And now you got a lot of this fuckery going on.
Yeah, and I know I'll try to defend them slightly on this channel and on this stream, but I'm really starting to hate Democrats. This shit and this agenda that they pushing, bro, this shit is irking my nerves. Now, I still don't like Republicans either. Don't get it twisted. Yeah. But the Democrats, I particularly have a certain distasteful disdain for. I am not with all this gay shit. I am not with all this shit, bro. Yeah. Back the fuck up. Look, if it happened, it happened. But just let that shit happen naturally. Stop trying to force it, man. Yeah. You are raping me of my fucking gay biasness. I don't want to see that shit. So you forcing that shit up on me, man. I don't want to see that, bro. I feel like that dude that was locked up in Tales from the Hood with that fucking thing on, man. And he was locked up and shit. Yeah, I feel like that dude. Like, you just forcing me to watch this shit, and I don't want to watch this shit. Even my favorite shows got this shit in it. Damn. Like, come on, man.
I'm telling you, that's honestly why I don't really watch shit. That show, and here's the thing too. What's that show on Netflix? I thought it was funny. The first season was funny. Second season, I was like, man, it's funny, but I'm chilling out. I saw the preview for the third season. I'm probably not watching that. Big Mouth. So I talked about Big Mouth on here a couple of times, and it was funny. But now it's like I saw the trailer for season 3, and I'm just like, man, I don't know, man. This shit it seems like cartoon pedophilia or some weird shit. It's just like because you focused around junior high kids who are, going through puberty and doing all this shit. You got one of them doing all these gay, the other one's having sex with pillows, male and female pillows. It's just a bunch of shit that's too weird. And like, yeah, you could throw the cartoon element into it to make it seem like, oh, it's just ha ha hee hee. But in reality, it's too much show. It's too much shit going on. I'm just like, man, I'm cool. It's just, and then this next season just looks like, come on, man. And I know when niggas was in junior high, when, you had your little girlfriend or whatever. And I'm not going to say I wasn't doing no tomfoolery. I was doing some tomfoolery in junior high. You was discovering some things and getting curious, and you was working your way. You went from the finger to the, you developed, and eventually, you started getting a little bit more into it if you had the right time. You went from fingering to get some oral and fooling around behind the bleachers, and then if mama and papa wasn't home, you might have got your little adventure in. But it's just now, it's just so different. It's just the way the shit is. It's just, I'm looking at that, I had to kind of reevaluate myself. Like, man, I watched the first 2 seasons, and I ain't gonna lie, like I said, the first season I was like, all right, haha. The second season, there were moments I was just like, I don't really like where they're going with this. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, I saw just the trailer of that third season that's coming up. I'm just like, yeah, I think I'm sitting this one out. I can't do it. It's just, it goes against everything else that I stand for. I can't sit here and say, I feel, this way, that they're indoctrinating. There's this agenda and this and this. When this shit is basically everything that I complain about when we get on the stream. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. I can't do it. And that, but like you said, with every other show, it's like it's forced in there. You know what I mean? It's just like, come on, man. I don't know. It's a real. It's real bad. And the thing about it is that you would think, because especially you talk about these shows where it's like, say you got one gay character. The same way I think niggas would feel when it's only like one black character. Well, that nigga don't represent me. You know what I'm saying? We always talk about representation. That nigga don't represent me. That nigga's nothing like me. You know what I'm saying? I always like the softest nigga they can find to make him. He does not represent me. So you would think that gays would feel the same way. Like, fuck having just a token or a representation character. Either have a show that you fuck with or not. If the show didn't originally have plans of having a gay character or a black character or whatever, then let the show be what it was supposed to. But for the sake that everybody, well, I want to see myself represented in someone else's idea. Otherwise, it's not like, hey, get the fuck out of here and create your own fucking idea. Do your own fucking shit. Like, create your own goddamn show or something. Like, I don't know, man. It gets hard for me to tolerate. And I'm just to the point where I'm falling. Even in the video games now, it's getting like that. That's why I ain't really been fucking with the games too tough. You know, it's just like shit. You got a bunch of gay characters and questionable characters, and this is video games. Ain't nobody fucking in the goddamn video games. Like, come on, man. I don't want to see all this shit. You know, like, just chill. I'm gonna shoot some people. You know, behead some motherfuckers, get some kill shots, headshots, whatever else is gonna be. I don't care if these motherfuckers are gay robots and shit. This is a non-binary robot. Of course, it's a non-binary robot because robots don't have fucking genitals. Like, what do you mean? Is this something that has to be stated? I don't know, man. It's just too much. Again, like I said, it's just for the sake of saying you did some shit.
Did you read my comment I put in the chat earlier?
Which one? I might have missed it.
I said females have XX chromosomes.
Yeah.
Males have XY chromosomes.
Exactly.
You could put a Ferrari kit on the fucking Toyota whatever all you want to, but that don't make it a fucking Ferrari. It's still a goddamn Toyota. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Again,
and that relationship was that you or was that Wink talking about the dude turned into a chick to be with a chick that turned into a dude?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Them is two confused motherfuckers. Like,
and then had a kid.
What in the actual fuck?
Yeah.
So the daddy is, bruh.
Yeah, and that's
that kid is going look. Sooner, if that kid got any kind of sense, one day when that motherfucker probably turned about 13, 14, he gonna walk in the house and go look at him. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, really? Like, that is, bro, that's like the world is turning upside fucking down.
But
when he said that, I'm just like, that's crazy.
But have you heard the latest thing, though? Have you heard the latest thing? Because like I say, these motherfuckers with this whole community, they're eating themselves alive. What is it? Now the trans people are mad at the lesbians. They're calling the lesbians intolerant because they hate penises. So it's like your whole little community is just deteriorating upon itself. Like, you didn't think the straight niggas wasn't complaining about that? Like, what the fuck, the lesbians don't want to do? What the fuck we want? Now, because it's like, and that's why I say that's the thing with that community, the T's, that part of the alphabet. They just want. They're like the bees.
Everything.
Yeah, they're like the bees and the T's are similar. I think just that the bees don't swap it up. They just, accept what they are and run with it. It's like the T's want everybody to, they want to do everything and everybody and be everything. It's just like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
The bees are the coolest ones, though. The bees don't really be tripping.
Yeah, you don't really
like, they just be chilling.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't hear that too much of a push of that. I guess I don't know. I mean, but it's just I guess those ones who are isolating into a thing. I don't know, man. It's all crazy shit to me, man.
I think I want to say it was you, or I might have been watching another video, but they said a boy got in trouble or something at a school because one of the T's wanted him to ask him to prom, and he refused to ask him because he's a fucking dude.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, you're being insensitive. I'm just a girl like the rest of them. Man. No, the fuck you ain't, bro. Like, how the fuck? I wish my principal would try to come at me. Why you ain't ask this nigga to homecoming? Because he got the same shit I got. The same shit you got. I ain't see you trying to fuck him. Like, come on, bro.
Shit, with the people in school now, they might be. Who fucking know? All of us fucked up.
Bruh. No, thank you. And I agree with Wink 1,000%. Where was them kind of female teachers at? Because I know I had one. She wasn't even my teacher, but she was the English teacher in the class next to my bitch ass English teacher, the one I had. Man, I tried every day. I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. I tried all kind of shit. I probably would have cheated on one of my females with that motherfucker. I ain't gonna even lie to you. If I could have got it, I would have did it.
Man, it was one, I ain't gonna lie. She was a substitute that would come in every now and then. I ain't gonna lie, she was fine as shit. And we went to this. It was a little. What is that shit? What is that out in? Was it Anahuac? The Gator Fest?
Yeah,
the Gator Festival or whatever. And so, man,
was she one of them like college subs?
I think she was a little older than she might have been. But she was young. She was early 20s. But she was
Man,
like
college girls was the best
But
ones,
man,
boy.
I'm talking about. We caught. She was out there. She was drunk riding one of them mechanical bull things, and she was extra friendly. I look, a nigga tried. It wasn't my night that night. But
Yeah.
shit, like nigga, if any night of all nights, when you see them outside of school, shit, look, hey, we ain't confined to those boundaries anymore. But yeah, it's tough. But yeah, that's what I say. And that's the crazy thing. Like you said, it's intolerance. If you're not. Except like here's no. So what about my own personal preference, my own personal standards? I have to bend these because this other person, and that's where I have the problem. That's what I say. That's when you start.
My point exactly.
Yeah, when you start crossing that line, then
shit. Fuck me. It's all about what he wants.
Yeah. So you defeated the whole purpose. And that's what I say, man. I'm not trying to play make believe with nobody. Y'all do what y'all do. Like I said, I'm not gonna disrespect you unless you cross a particular line. Then we finna go all in. But you're a human being. You got your right to do whatever. I don't think really happiness is a right, but you have the right to pursue happiness. Don't mean you're gonna get it, but it just do what you do. But when you cross this line and start trying to force me into this, hey, come play in my box. I don't want to play in that box. This dirty ass cardboard box. I'm gonna stand over here. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nothing to do with that shit. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? It's some other
you
shit.
Ain't even got fresh newspaper down here. This shit was from 2 years ago. Fuck that, cool.
That's what I'm saying. It's just it's crazy, but to certain people, it just makes it. Well, that's not tolerance. That's fucking totalitarianism. I mean, you done changed the game up, man. That's a whole different program. But it is what it is. Like I say, to me, I think the women get the worst end of it. Because especially when you start talking about sports and all that, and they talk about Title IX, and pretty soon it's not going to be any women athletes because these coaches, they just want to win, so they're going to get them a team full of T's, and it's going to be.
Man. Dave Chappelle put that shit perfectly. Like y'all complain about how you not making the same as the men. Eventually, like you say, Honcho, them motherfuckers gonna start replacing your ass. Then what?
Yeah.
You ain't gonna have no lane of your own, so you should just probably shut the fuck up. Take what you get.
Yeah, that's the crazy, but like I say, it's unfortunate because we just sit here watching it happen. It just seems like everybody that lost their sense, man. Everybody just, for the sake of acceptance, tolerance, and then use under the guise of this bullshit, man. Look, man, get on with the get on. Everything ain't for everybody. That's something I'm tried and true. Will always stick by. Everything is not for everybody. It's some shit that it's some places that are not gonna be honcho friendly. It's some places, it's some people that just not gonna like me no matter what I say, do. I could agree with everything in the world. They might not like the dreads. They may not like this cap. They may hate on my V-neck like particular people. We ain't finna go there. But they just not gonna like a nigga for whatever reason. It could be scared. It could be whatever you want. It could be because you American. These niggas in other countries ain't gonna like you because you American. It could be anything. And so I'm okay with understanding that everything's not for everybody. If you don't like me, I'm not finna waste my fucking time trying to convince you. Man, you gotta accept me. No, man, fuck you too. All right, cool. Have a nice life. As long as like I say, cross them boundaries. It's cool, man. It is what it is, man. So, that's just, it is what it is. My preference is transphobic. I'm okay. Look, I told you, I'm okay being transphobic, bigoted, or homophobic because I know none of this shit is true. It's just people mad because I'm not going all in with their opinions. You know what I'm saying? Right. And like I say, I don't have hate for anybody. I do not harbor hate in my heart. There's certain things I just don't understand, and certain things that I don't align with. And if that's phobia, I don't think I'm afraid. I told y'all, hey, fighting a tranny is probably the worst thing you can do. OG told me that, but that shit is still. I stick by that shit.
That shit made a lot of sense, though.
I stick by that shit wholeheartedly. Y'all think
makes a lot of fucking sense.
Y'all think I'm joking. That if there's one, I mean, like I say, that's the one thing I remember sitting down at the table talking about that shit. We had a long discussion about this shit because at first I thought he was joking. And he went down and said he had a stone cold, dead serious look on his face. This is old school nigga, man. I was like, when I saw he wasn't joking. He broke it down and he just asked why. I was like, you know what? You own to something. I'm glad I've never been caught in that situation because it's a lose-lose situation either way. But, it's just like I say, man, look, I cannot walk around, and that's what's funny. We were talking about forgiveness and all that other stuff. There's people, like I say, back in the past, I probably didn't cut for. We'd had some. I just don't give a fuck anymore. I don't even come across it, so I'm not thinking about it. I'm not concerned about it. Like, I don't have that energy.
My point exactly.
Yeah, and so I can't.
That don't mean I forgave you, but I just don't even think. I don't fuck with you like that.
Yeah.
That's why I cut you the fuck out, because of some shit you did, said, etc., etc. So I just X'd you the fuck out. You don't exist to me. So how is that, you know what I'm saying, harboring bad mojo or whatever the fuck y'all be talking about, all these fucking vibes and shit. Whatever.
And bad juju.
Y'all can miss me with that shit. Yeah, that shit crazy to me. Oh yeah, his chakra isn't in alignment. Bitch, what the fuck is you talking about? Right. What the fuck does that even mean? Yeah, the sun didn't go over the moon at a 45 degree. Man, like y'all motherfuckers ain't got nothing better to do. Straight the fuck up. That shit is insane to me.
No,
and people really be believing that shit. And I'll listen to it too, because I'll be like, okay, let me see if I could try to make some sense out of this shit. And then when they just get it onto this whole another plane of existence and shit, I just be like, do you really hear how the fuck you sound? Like, just listen to yourself for a few minutes. You don't think that shit just sounds weird and crazy? I don't know.
But some of these people come up with a crazy science behind it. They get in deep. They go. Anything you say, they're gonna find a way to validate it and make it sound like something. But it's a bunch of weird pseudosciences and off the wall shit going on. Like I said, it's just crazy. The world is crazy these days. Again,
yeah.
I mean, it's probably always been crazy, but it just seems it's crazier. You know what I'm saying? So it's funny. That's funny, man.
And these social medias, I kind of got them figured out. It's like Twitter is just the toxic place. Mm-hmm. That's all the fuck it seems to be. And I'm not on Twitter because I just think I would probably thrive a little too well in that domain. So I stay the fuck away from that shit. Mm-hmm. And Instagram is the place of the fakes. Like every fucking thing on Instagram is fake. Mm-hmm. Like they even trying to sell you fake Jordans on that motherfucker. Like, come on, man. And Facebook, I don't even know who the fuck still is on Facebook, besides older folks. It's besides older folks. So yeah, they still on Facebook. I guess the young people, we still on Messenger, so we just kind of like on the suburbs of Facebook. You know what I'm saying? We still kick it on Messenger every now and then. I'm just like, wow, this shit is crazy. Like there's nothing real nowhere.
Man, not at
all. I mean, absolutely nowhere.
Man, and I can't get into that new shit. What is the TikTok shit? I can't fuck with that. That shit is just weird.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
It's like some music shit. Like I don't know how long you do, but it's like it's almost like musical memes in which they'll take like it's a man. Look, no, that's where the pedos hang out with the kids. That's where like the kids are at. So I ain't trying to be around a bunch of kids. So I don't really care about. But that's supposed to be the new hot thing. It's some other shit that motherfuckers. It's just the shit is all weird, man. The shit is all weird. No, I gave you power. I'm not a pedophile, so I don't have a TikTok account. But you know, it's just I don't know, man. Because it was an old Uncle Fester looking motherfucker that they were putting out there, and he was like going on these young girls' TikToks. So you could make like a song, and then you can kind of combine it and do some kind of like collabo type thing. And so he was like putting himself on these little girls' vines and all this other shit, and then trying to DM them and doing all this just weird shit. Like, I mean, this man is an obvious pedophile. But it is what it is. Say TikTok is the new Vine. I wish Vine would have never. Vine was cool. I don't know why Vine ever went under. I know they tried to make a Vine 2 or something like that. Like the little 6-second videos, they were stupid as shit, but they was kind of cool. You know, some people were very creative with them little short ass videos. I couldn't do it. I talk too much. Little quick ass videos is tough, man.
The internet is just the cause just of really what I don't think the internet festered this shit. I think it just brought the shit out of everybody. So I think this shit was already in these motherfuckers. The internet just gives them a place to anonymously be themselves. That's just how I feel. Like that's the person that they want to be or they aspire to be, even though they may not be that in the real world, but they can be that on here, or at least they can have the perception of that. So I'm just like, okay, I guess. And then the first thing you talk about is real shit. Like it's like really, how how do you say, or how can you fix your lips to say that that's somebody else, something somebody else spoke is some real shit when you a fake motherfucker yourself?
Yeah.
Like how can you quantify the shit? Who the fuck is you?
Yeah, and people, and that's what bothers me too, is how many people embrace known fakery. That's when you was talking about Instagram being fake. That's why I say it's
Yeah.
tough for me, because it's like, look, I'd rather a natural looking woman than known fake body parts and accessories and surgeries and all this extra shit. Like, I mean, some people prefer, they like the aesthetic, and that's cool if that's. I just don't get into the fakery. I'd rather her be, a little bit more proportioned. Might not be, perfectly or perfectly crafted or whatever you want. I'd rather her look real than just buy into the fact. Like, I just can't get into it. Like, the fake asses, fake titties. You done went and Cardi B'd up your abs, doing all that extra shit. Like, okay, I understand if you had a real issue, but these fake accessories, shit, you can go hit the weight room and do it, whatever else. Like, no, I can't buy. And it's just like, the shit ain't attractive to me. Like, I can't even get into it. I'm just like, man, yeah, the idea is fine, but knowing what this motherfucker, it's just like that shit don't do shit for me. Like, I'm not attracted. That shit don't push no buttons for me. I'm just like, this bitch fake as fuck. That's all I see. Look at big fake ass. Look at a big fake ass. That's terrible. And I'm on to the next thing. I just can't get into the shit. Now that natural shit, you saw me one of them old homegrown. What's the old gal? I forgot what her name was. The Nigerian or whatever. They look, hey, Jack, hit the gym, and hey, we can talk about something.
It's because you asked me. I can't remember her name.
Something.
But I ain't gonna lie. I follow this one chick, and I know her ass is fake. But the only reason I follow her because I want to see the deterioration of how it looks. I'm trying to see when is it going to take a turn for the worse. And so that's the only reason I follow, because she got a cute face, she got a body, but you could tell that ass ain't real. Like, come on, man. But I'm trying to see the deterioration, and then how she tries to cover it up. Yeah. It's just funny to me. It's hilarious to me.
You're gonna take it out one day, man. I ain't gonna lie. I started a recent follow I probably shouldn't be following, because I really don't be doing the thotty follows or anything like that. But I did stumble across something. I have my way of justifying the follow, but I probably shouldn't. I'm using the yoga aesthetic as a reason why this is. She's flexible. I want to get into yoga and be flexible one day myself. So this is motivation. But no, that ain't quite it. It's some other interesting things going on with that whole situation.
And I do follow one little girl, and the reason I follow her is because basically my brother told me I should follow her. And she's a little girl in Houston. I think her shit is what, Lonnie B Lemonade or something. And her and her mom, like, they started this lemonade business, and they got like all kind of flavors. And the shit look good as fuck. It looked good as fuck. So in supporting the little girl, I follow her in efforts to try to buy some of her shit someday so I could try it out. Because I mean, this girl is like what 10 years old, and she's a fucking entrepreneur. Man, I can't do nothing but respect that shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely, you gotta respect.
Straight up. So I follow her. I'm like, she doing her damn thing. So ain't nothing wrong with that.
Definitely. I got you. Only one. I'll shoot you some. You work hard every night. I can show you some love this evening.
Yeah, you gotta watch only. She be trying to shoot slugs at a motherfucker every night, man. But that's typical. That's typical.
You gotta watch a few of these den folk. You love the den folk, but you gotta watch them. Some of them got some low key moves. You gotta be careful. You gotta keep your eyes on them. Some of them be in cahoots. And then some of them, they got little cliques. And the den be like high school sometimes. some of these folks be in their little cliques, and then they don't be want to fuck with nobody. They be shooting shots at folks. But it's all love, It's just all love. I fucks with all y'all, man. I don't know about that Big M. I got questions about him. I can't trust him. I need to see his papers first before I affiliate myself with him. I might get caught in an ice raid or some shit. But other than that, everybody else cool, man. Man, prepaid. Just tell me thumbs up or thumbs down, because I want to see it. That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. If it's thumbs up or thumbs down. Because I know, bet. That's all I want to thank you. Because I'm just looking at I feel like I have a sense of being able to see certain things in trailers. Because you can tell when a movie gives you everything they got in a trailer. And you like, yeah, all the good scenes were in the trailer. But it's just certain movies you can see just like, okay, I'm still intrigued. It's something here to be watched. And then as much as I've been seeing those liberal-minded, those SJW-minded people trying to tear it down, don't go watch it. It's this, it's that, it's this, it's that. It's just something's telling me, yeah, you got to put this on your list to go see it, man. You say don't go see it.
Go watch what? What movie is it?
Joker. Prepaid said he just came from watching Joker. Say the best movie he's seen in 5 years. 10 out of 10. I'm gonna go check this shit out. We're gonna have to find a babysitter or something for the little one, because I'm gonna have to go check that shit out. Because I want to see this shit.
I don't know if I can trust Prepaid though. He be I don't know. I gotta watch that nigga. That nigga's a lawyer, so he try to be a slick talker, but that shit don't fool me none, nigga. I know the game, goddamn. I might not be as formally educated as you motherfucker, but I'm educated, goddamn. I've been dealing with these crazy ass folks out in this world too. And let me do a little exposing too. I'm gonna do a little exposing. Your boy tried to pull my card yesterday, and I had to think about it for a while. Like, why the fuck would he do that? And then I thought about it. Your boy Wink, he tried to pull my card yesterday. Instead of just sending me a message like he normally send, this nigga sent me like a video chat thing. I guess what he was expecting me to do was to not answer, because I may be afraid to show my face, which I never have been. So I answered it and talked to the nigga. And then, we didn't even talk for a minute. And then, of course, he had to go. He had some family shit going on. But I thought about it. I'm like, why in the fuck would he video chat me? Like, why? What's the fucking point? He got my phone number. The nigga should have just called me. And I say that nigga was trying to see if I would be willing to show my face, and I did. So I don't know, Wick. I had to think about that one. So if you listening, I think you tried to pull my card yesterday. I really do. He tried it. But I keep telling y'all, I am the same nigga in person that I am on this phone. I'm the same nigga. No different. This is not a front. This is not faking. This is not perpetrating. This is me.
Okay. That's exactly what I'm hoping for. Look, let me tell you, I'm the type of nigga that root for the bad guy, man. I'm for real.
I do too sometimes.
I root for the bad guy. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. It's just,
it depends.
Yeah, it's true. It does. We say kids was in there crying, white woman had to leave. Oh shit. Oh yeah, I definitely got to go see. Look, I'm gonna have to make some shake this.
Crying.
Oh, what? Ooh, that's tough. Who was that? Because somebody called in earlier talking about Heath Ledger was the best one. So Phoenix over Ledger? I definitely got to go see it. Whew. Because I'm just telling you,
Joker always been a good character. He was always a good villain.
Yeah, because I'm just telling you, man. Even from the first initial trailers when it came, a while back when I'm like, man, I kind of want to see this. Like, I'm just like I said, I've always just liked the bad guys, man. Again, it's I don't know.
I'm gonna have to watch it around Thanksgiving time, and next time I go home, my mom and them got that Fire Stick, so I watch this shit on them. I ain't got that shit out here with me. But I watch shit for free then.
They said 10 minutes standing ovation in the paper. Man, yeah, I definitely got to go check that out. The motherfucking me, because who was one of my favorite bad guys was Antoine Chigurh from fucking No Country for Old Men. Still one of my favorite. He just...
I think I watched that.
It was just too smooth.
I'm trying to remember that movie.
He had because it took place like in the 70s, so it wasn't like necessarily a bold cut. You know what I'm saying? But like he just kind of had that. He had that do, and he had this little thing like this. Was it like a cattle prod thing? And he would use to like shoot the doorknobs out. It was like a air. What's the fucking people tell you that that little air gun thing he was shooting, it was just poof, and it would just
an air rifle.
No, it wasn't an air rifle. It's like this thing he had. It was connected to like a canister or something, so he kind of carried it around. But it was like a cattle prod or something that it was some makeshift shit. It was the shit to shoot the cattle. Yeah, it had like the little plug. Yeah, that's right. And that's how they would kill the cattle. And you would put it on their head, and it would just poof, and it was just like it would seem like I guess like a little bolt or something. And it would jam like it was to kill people or whatever. But that nigga was cool. If you've never seen No Country for Old Men, I recommend it.
That sounds familiar.
That's one of my favorite movies. Woody Harrelson's in it. Woody Harrelson's in it. What's his name is in it too? Tommy Lee Jones.
Was it a Western?
It's like a Western. Yeah, it's like a Western, but not really.
I done seen so many fucking Western movies, man. I get them hoes all confused and shit. Because they pretty much got the same goddamn premise. Go catch the bad dude and his gang. That's pretty much what the premise was.
But the old school Westerns were great. Like I said, I love Western movies.
They were.
But it's just nowadays, you really don't see them like that. But man, it's just Western movies were great. I didn't like when they remade. That's what I said. That's what you seen this social justice was coming when they remade. What was it? The Seven. What was it?
The Magnificent
Seven. Yeah, and then they changed it up. They put the chick in there and had her doing some extra shit, and it was just like, man, this is not how the fucking story went. You know what I'm saying? Like,
shoot that motherfucker! Shoot him now!
Yeah. And like I say, shit, High Noon. It's a bunch of great old westerns, man. My pops put me on a bunch of this. They used to think he was crazy. He's like, man, watch this movie. It was like Shane, High Noon, Once Upon a Time in the West, like a bunch of that old shit, man. And it was just like, I was like, man, what the fuck? I don't want to watch this. Let me watch this shit and see what's going on. And those turned out to be some great fucking movies, man. And so,
the good, the bad, and the ugly, man. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, because
that fucking soundtrack, bro.
Because it was three of those. What was it? It was for a fistful of dollars for a few dollars more.
A fistful of dollars, yes.
Okay.
A few dollars more, and it was one more.
Mm.
Wasn't it one more?
Put that on. I thought was good, the bad, and ugly a part of that one, or was that separate? Because I know
no, that was part of it. Because it was the same characters. It was just a continuation of the same story. I want to say it was another one.
Yeah.
But anyway, those didn't have some. No, that was another movie. I like those, and I like the movies with knights and shit.
Yeah.
I like watching shit like that because it's just like the people was just so fucking different back then.
Yeah.
You everybody had their lane, and you knew where you stand. You tried to overstep, and you got your ass killed. It was just that fucking simple. Shit was just so much simpler back then.
Yeah, sometimes I think that's what that's something I want to talk about, but I know people will. We gonna bring, like I said, we finna bring back some controversial things because I have a belief that you might need to bring back some type of social hierarchy.
I was just thinking that shit. The problem is people don't want to accept their place no more.
Exactly. And that's the fucking problem, because people have said, I know, and you can look at some of these countries, I know when they say it's fucked up, you're born in these caste systems and things like that. But, I mean, it just kind of is what it is. It's just, and I don't even think it has to be of that level. It's just, because it's some things that I've noticed. Like I said, I'm going to say the conversation, but it's some things that I've noticed with various cultures, even here in America. Like, I believe that's something that we gotta, that I would find very interesting. So, there's that. Yeah, now look, I'm eager now. Look, I was already want to see the Joker. Now look, I'm finna go break into a theater if I have to project myself. I'm finna get this. I'm finna check this out. I got the theater by myself. Man, I'm telling you, motherfuckers talking that shit is something. That shit to get me into. I'd be ready to fight. Like, that's the one thing. Like I love the experience of the theater, but it's always some of them motherfuckers, and I'd just be ready to set it off. Like, shut the fuck up. We all in here trying to enjoy the fucking movie, or somebody clapping too long, or like just a little shit. I guess I get pet peeve for no reason or whatever, but it is what it is, man. Man, are you the 14th?
Where you like to sit at in the theater?
It depends. I'm usually like I try to get the middle, but we always get there too fucking late to get a good middle seat. Or if we get the seats, like we'll order on get them online. And so, you can pick your shit out. So usually we miss out because, we niggas and we get the shit late, last minute. So we end up either The very front is the worst. The very front is the worst. When you like right under the screen, you can't.
Absolutely not.
What?
False.
What?
False.
No.
Well, it depends. It depends, Honcho.
Okay.
If I'm going, let's say I'm going to the movies and I'm going with my boys or some kids or something,
Yeah.
I want to sit in the front. But if I'm going to the movies with a lady friend, I'm trying to sit as far back as I possibly can fucking sit.
I'm talking about you like the very, very front?
The very, very front. The screen is the largest.
Man, but let me tell you why. Because I think the last movie we sat in the front was might have been Infinity War, and it was also in 3D. And it's like it fuck up the 3D. Like you can't really see the 3D accurately because you're just so close to the screen, and everything was just like I'm looking up. I'm just like, and then you gotta, because the screen is so big, it's like you kind of got to watch the movie in parts. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to actually turn your head to get that full view of the screen. That's why I say I'd rather be kind of up back, maybe more so in the middle, and in the back is cool. Like I have no problem with being in the back, like I say, because I want that full view of the screen. But when you just right there up in the front, and I guess because it was kind of to the front and to the right, we wasn't necessarily in the front and the middle. So it's just like I kind of had to look across, you know, the way to kind of just to see the whole fucking screen. You know what I'm saying? So it just I don't know. It wasn't too keen for me.
The last time I went to the movies, I didn't sit in the front because I took my little cousins, and we went and watched Shrek 2. That's the last time I went to the movies. And the time before that, when I actually sat in the front, I watched 8 Mile.
Man.
I do not go to the movies.
Man, I'm sitting here thinking it's funny. It's funny because I'm trying to think what year Shrek 2 came out. It was one of them Shreks. It was either Shrek 2 or Shrek 3.
I want to say it was around 05.
Okay. So it might have been a
somewhere
Shrek
around there.
It might have been a Shrek after that because that's I'm laughing because like I said, I remember I took my partner, I took his kids to go to the movies to go see Shrek, and I couldn't remember.
And that shit was actually funny. I laughed my ass off. I did not want to see that shit, but that's what they wanted to see.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, kids is, is what it is. Yeah. And I laughed my ass off. I think I laughed more than they did. That motherfucking, what was it, Puss in Boots? Yeah. That motherfucker got that sad ass face, bro. I fucking lost it. I laughed my ass off.
But Shrek in the movies like that, especially even a lot of them kids, they be having them subliminals so that it keeps the more adult folks entertained. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I don't mind those kind of movies too much. Kids don't get it; they just ha ha. You just like, I see what these motherfuckers.
I don't get what's so funny about that part. I was just like, hey man, you get a little older, you get it.
Yeah, watch it again in 10 years. You'll figure it out. That's funny.
But I'm quite sure I done been on here about 30 goddamn minutes. Man, let me get off the fucking line.
They talk shit, but it's all good. Like I said, we finna wind down here in a minute, man. Like I say, it's good conversation.
Man, they always talk shit. They talk shit if I'm on here for 2 minutes or whatever. And yes, I have had calls where I wasn't on here long. Before y'all try to start that bullshit.
Only one time about people talking about we got to take these long ass convos on the road and make some money. So you trying to get us for 15%? Like, I don't know. I got to see your resume. You automatically claiming 15%. We had to do you like Nicki Minaj did her original manager. She hold that nigga. I saw that shit on the little breakfast.
See, the thing is though, me and Honcho could have much more informational conversations, but the certain things that I want to talk about, I don't think a lot of y'all will want to hear, so I kind of stray away from that shit. So just think about the shit that y'all don't like that I talk about now, how much worse it could possibly fucking get. But I would only talk about that shit with that nigga in person.
Yeah, there's certain things, as much as we love y'all, denfolk, you can't talk about everything. But again, everything ain't for everybody.
Nah. And it's there is a such thing as locker room talk. Yeah. So I'm going to say that because there's a lot of things that I would say that you ladies definitely wouldn't like. And there's a lot of things I would say that a lot of you niggas wouldn't like. Because as y'all well know, I have very strong opinions. And why you think people that don't agree with me most of the time still want to have a conversation with me like Broderick? We don't see eye to eye all this shit, but he know that conversation would be a hell of a conversation.
And that's what I say, again, hey, it is what it is. Y'all gonna be all right then, folks. Don't worry about it. Like, we don't talk about y'all too bad when we ain't talking, when y'all don't see it. Just a little bit. We can talk about some of y'all, but not all y'all.
Y'all just gonna have to be like the sauce, because they always do it. They fight it at first. I just be dropping knowledge, and then y'all just gonna fight it all the way. And the whole time, I'm just slowly reeling your ass in onto the boat of reality. That's what we gonna call it. And eventually, y'all gonna be like, I can't stand this bastard, but goddamn if he ain't right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Now that's how you operate logically. Some people just go. You always got that one that just they can't, they won't, they refuse every fiber they being, even if they know it's true. Just because whatever you want to call it, pride or whatever you want to call it, it's always that one.
And don't feel bad, because I had the real Honcho in too. Yeah, I had to reel his ass into especially on the sauce. The shit he's saying now on the streams of the videos, he wasn't talking that shit last year.
See, I had to let the transition happen for myself, because it got to a point where I tried to hold on to that last little thread. Just I'm swinging by a piece of yarn, and then, like I say, after that occurrence, ain't nothing you can sell me, man. Like I say, there's some folks who still rocking with it. You can't sell it to me. I won't buy it. You get a discount or whatever I just look. You're gonna have to go all the way in for it to get me back, even remotely. And even if it did happen, I don't think I would. I don't think it would be done. I mean, shit. So. Yeah. Oh man, look, we ain't talk about niggas with Snapchat. Those niggas don't exist.
Oh man, come on.
Those niggas don't exist though. Like, trust me. Y'all see, I don't even acknowledge it. Motherfucker won't be acknowledged so bad. Like, look, again. And people think I be shooting shots when I shout out everybody who be doing, my thing is this, I'm not being funny. I mean, you're a copy paster. I mean, that's really what it is. And so I'm not giving you credit for that. I don't care what you get out of it. It's cool. You do what you do. But it's people who put in actual work, and that's what I respect. So, y'all can think I'm being funny about them things or whatever y'all want to. I'm not gonna put you in the same boat with niggas who actually doing their due diligence and making work, making actual creative stuff, actually creating original content. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is.
Yeah, especially if it's eventually making them money. I might not like it, but I'm not gonna knock it. That's just kind of how I look at it. Yeah. The number one pet peeve I have about Instagram, and I just thought about it. The motherfucking boomerangs. What the fuck is the point?
Oh, this shit is weird.
Why? It's just the same thing. Falling it back. Why? Why do people do that? Why? Why don't you just take a picture? Why does it have to move back and forth? It's the silliest shit.
It's an excuse for women to shake their cleavage in a justified manner. That's really all it is. It's an excuse. Because if you notice, every one of them, it's just women shaking their bodies. And they're not even necessarily in a sexual manner or in an intensely sexual manner, but it's women jiggling back and forth some way, somehow. And that's what it is. Backwards, forwards, backwards. You know what I'm saying? So that's really all it is. That's at least everyone I've ever seen. It be regular women. They dancing, celebrating, jiggling somehow. But
yeah, I want to see the whole thing. Like, okay, what happens next? Like, this is like the worst teaser trailer ever, because
there should be, you know what? There should be a button, and again, I don't know if it would be like a story, but yeah, it should be a button that allows the boomerang to go further. Like, you see the boomerang, all right, push this for continuation to follow up or something. Yeah, I mean, point that should give me a headache, man. That shit kills me.
They'll fucking zoom in on a plate and zoom out. Zoom in and zoom out. I can't even see what the fuck it is you eating. Stop moving the fucking camera. And then they don't put no caption, no nothing. Because they know damn well the video ain't about shit.
That's funny.
And I swear, if I ever see a nigga do a boomerang, I swear I'm going the fuck off on it. I promise you. But see, that's my thing. I don't follow but like maybe 5 dudes on Instagram total. And Honcho, you one, and Wink is another.
My Instagram is terrible.
And I follow Beyond. Yeah, but other than that,
yeah, his Instagram solid. My Instagram is terrible. I post something.
Man, that nigga is fucking funny. Some of them fucking little phrases that nigga be posting, bro. Bro, that motherfucker, the one that got me, he said, he basically said these dyke bitches think they slick. They want to act all niggerish until it's time to move. Nah, bitch, put down that lap and pick up the other end of this dresser. Bro, I fucking died laughing. And I sent it to my cousin, who was one of them, and she thought that was the funniest shit ever.
Man, that's how it be. I'm telling you, man. Me and Baker, man. I ain't see Baker man a little. We helped one move. You know, it's real funny, y'all. You swear it up and down. And she was feminine. What's up? What happened to all them butch bitches you was fucking with that you just swore up and down was equal to a man? Ain't none of these motherfuckers helping you move. First motherfuckers you come call is the two biggest niggas you know to come help you get these motherfuckers out. That shit there wild, man. Yeah.
That's why I won't buy a pickup truck. I want a pickup truck bad for myself. I will refuse to buy one because every motherfucker I know gonna want me to help them move and use my truck. Fuck that shit. Hell no. Nah. Nah, fam.
That is true. That's what niggas do when they from. Who you know they got a truck? Who you know they got a truck?
Bruh. Instead of them going by a place that rents the truck specifically for that fucking reason. You cheap son of a bitches. Y'all get on my nerves with that shit. That's our goddamn people, man. That's our goddamn people.
That's the facts, man. That's wild. That's fucked up. I can only think of how many times I've heard, man, just go hit the fucking U-Haul, man. Shit, and get it over with.
That's all I always do. I don't move my goddamn stuff. I ain't have no fucking help. I move my own shit. Except like dresses and shit, I'll leave that. Or couches and shit, get somebody to help me do that. But all the other shit I do myself. But this last move, fuck that nigga, I paid somebody. I ain't move a bitch ass thing.
Man, I'm not gonna lie to you. And I know next time that definitely will be hiring someone's service. I tried to be, I thought I was 24 and not 34 at the time. Baby, don't even worry about it, man. We got this. I got everything. You don't even worry about it. You just, you pack what you got to pack. I'm gonna take everything. I got all this shit, and just, make sure you just balance this in. So, it might be, man. Cause I came over here first, and then they say that those about to make sure to give the keys back and shit. So I came over here early, and I was just, man, look. It was the worst. And then because the way the apartment is designed is the stairs on the inside. So, the doors on the first floor that you come in on the first floor. But then when you open the doors, like, a little area, you got a little closet. And then you go upstairs. The apartment is upstairs. Man, trying to navigate shit around that fucking little corner. And the fucking couch. Like I say, for the most part, it wasn't just too bad. It was just like the couch. It was a couple other big items that I'm just like, man, this shit here, and then she trying to help, and I'm like, man, your shoulder ain't no good, so I'm over here using the fuck out this damn dolly, and just, man, it was a process. And the thing that made it worse is, like I say, because you're coming from an upstairs, and then you move into an upstairs, and like I say, I'm the one that I literally loaded everything onto the truck, and I loaded everything off the truck. I just told her to pack everything up. You just pack the box up. Man, my calves, thighs, I was like, man, don't tell me shit for the next couple. I don't even want to talk. Like, it was just that shit there was. I won't do it again. I know now. I will not ever do that shit again. Somebody will get paid. I'm gonna sit on my ass and be a general foreman in this bitch.
You know who I hate in the move more than anybody else? A big weak ass nigga.
Just useless.
I was just thinking about it. It was one of my partner's friends. This nigga was bigger than me, bro, taller and everything. So we picking up the couch, and I'm like, all right, you're gonna have to lift your end to go over the fucking rail. Yeah. And he was like, I am lifting it. This nigga shit is sitting waist high, and I'm like, bruh. Lift the fucking couch up, motherfucker. He was like, I'm trying, but I can't. I'm like, man, get this nigga out of here, man. Come on, bro. I hate that shit. Man. I fucking hate that shit.
Yeah, there's certain niggas that just can't contribute. Just space takers. That's what I say. I give to old lady. She gave her best effort, Because I was just about to say good. But my thing was just that a nigga ain't want to, because it got to a point where it was in consideration. I'm like, shit, everything is like 95% moved in. And, I don't want to hire no motherfucking mover just to come get this other little shit. So, like I say, she helped me get it adjusted to a certain point. And then, like I said, I just had to manipulate and maneuver. But, yeah, that shit was no fun. That shit was a regrettable decision.
They never make doorways in the apartment moving friendly.
Yeah,
they never do. You always gotta contort the fucking couches and shit some kind of way to get that shit in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, niggas, motherfucker, like when you design this shit, the common pieces of furniture that people have. So why not make it easier to do that? Like, I think they do that deliberately. They do that so they can get your motherfucking deposit. Yeah, look, nigga, you didn't put a hole in the wall over here moving in and shit. You know, like I say, so it's a process. But like I say, everything went smooth. It wasn't nothing fucked up, so I guess I can't complain too much. But yeah, when it's time to go, no, it ain't gonna happen. I ain't moving a motherfucking thing. I'm retired, shit.
Oh yeah, and I don't move any. I don't help move anybody that lives with a female. I don't do it. I told my mama the last time that we moved. I was still staying there back then. That's how long ago that was.
Yeah.
I said I will never help you move again. My mama had all this fucking home interior shit on the walls, bro. And she had these pictures and shit, and them motherfuckers had to be spaced a certain way. Oh, no, it's too high. Now it's too low. You got to keep nailing this motherfucker, bro. I always told my boss, you know what? You getting on my motherfucking nerves, but you can't say that to your mama. I'm just like, mama, come on, mama. You tripping. Man, oh, she was pissing me off.
I just the other day finished putting up all the pictures and stuff, and then my old lady argued with me because I was like,
you know that one crooked.
Yeah, but I'm like, I gotta put the level.
And it'd be like 3 days later, bro. Like, it took you 3 days to realize the motherfucker was crooked.
Man, but I put the level on. She's still arguing with me about the pictures crooked. I'm like, you see this? This is a level.
Man, not the fucking level. You went to the level.
Yeah, I'm like, look, this is a level. This tells you whether or not, you know, the picture is crooked or not. You see where this bubble is right here when it's in between these two marks. You know, that lets you know that it's balanced. And so she argued, but still, it look crooked. All right, you know, look, you can go with how you look. You want me to adjust it and make this motherfucker crooked or what? Like, look, I don't know.
She must have been drinking that St. Ives. She had a crooked ass eye, goddamn. Fuck out of here with that shit.
That motherfucker. But the way I was looking at it, like I say I can see where you see that. I say maybe the house is crooked. I don't fucking know. But it's like, I'm like, look at this. This is perfectly measured, every picture. You know, they level throughout the house, even if they're not on same walls. I make sure the top of every picture is the same height and everything is level. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we ain't got to have no argument, no, you know, this, that, and the third. Everything is the same across the board. You know what I'm saying? We got a uniform look going here. You just, whatever.
Or you'll put all the fucking shit in there. You know what? I don't like that couch right there.
Let me tell y'all. So I ain't gonna lie to y'all. So she decided to get creative because
I know you know.
Man, it's a table that's in this apartment for no reason. That brought the table up. This is a dining room table, and then she decided, you know, well, I'm gonna use this area, you know, for my own little office here to live because it's got like where it would be the dining area because the kitchen has like a bar or whatever. And so we just all kind of sit at the bar and eat because it's big enough for us to. We got some we put some stools around it, and that's where we eat. We sit and talk. We all, you know, and converse. And she's like, well, so I'm like, well, you know, why didn't you think about this before I brought this up? And it's been, I mean, she said it maybe the second day we was here, and that shit has been sitting in the corner or in the thing. And I guess eventually I'm gonna get rid of it, but I'm just like. Because every time I look at it, I think about all the work that I did bringing everything into the house. I just don't want to take it. That bitch has been sitting there for damn near, what is this, week 3, week 4 almost. That shit gonna sit there for a little while longer. But eventually I'm gonna throw it away. But yeah, I'm just like, it's 2 or 3 items that you didn't even want here. Or now you feel like, oh, you don't want to. You realize I had to use the energy to bring this shit up here, right? Like you make it. It's just. So I look at that table with anger. So it's just gonna sit there for a little bit. Eventually, I'm gonna throw it away. But right now, I'm really trying to justify another purpose for it, just for it to be here. But I can't find shit to do with that bitch. So I'm gonna throw it away eventually.
What you need to do is go buy one of them old house phones and sit it on that motherfucker just for no goddamn reason.
But that's the funny thing because we got, you know what? That's actually not a bad idea because we got a house phone. We got that little fucking Xfinity bundle shit. So
there you go.
I'm just gonna put that bitch over there. Look, you need to know.
Put a house phone on that motherfucker. Right, yeah, there you go.
Yes, sir. We still on. We just been having some good conversations.
My bad. I did it again. I said I was gonna get off and just kept fucking talking.
No, it's all.
See, just to be real with y'all, man, I be forgetting that y'all motherfuckers is in here. I'm just talking to Honcho. I ain't even paying no attention to y'all once it gets to a certain point. Like, we just shooting the shit.
Yeah, you feel me? That's how it is. Sometimes it's good to chop it up and have good conversations. I tell you, look, y'all, the denfolk, y'all, I talk to y'all more than I talk to anybody else. I talk to my mom maybe about once a week.
I can believe that.
And then
you seem pretty reclusive.
Yeah, I don't fuck around too much. Like I said, I tell you, when I cut folks off, I'm just like, because I used to be out there having fun, having a good time, and I just look back on it, I'm like, what did all that amount to when it came down to it?
Trouble.
Yeah, and then just the shit that I did for people, the shit that just, got into it, and when you fall into a certain situation, the people that kind of jump ship on you and all that, so I'm just like, I'm not tripping on that. Now, I mean, eventually, I got plans to do some other things. I'm just, I'm investigating the area and then looking at some other stuff. So I do plan on kind of not necessarily getting back out like I was when I was young, but getting out with a purpose. And so, like I said, it's really been just kind of steady. But like I said, really, like I said, I talk to my tea lady weekly. Of course, I have conversations with my old lady. We argue about everything, and then we have, discussions about some of the same shit we talk about. And then we'll have discussions about that, and then. Like I say, my best friend, I talk to him every now and then. Shit, I just found out he had gotten into a little legal situation. I was like, damn, it's been that long since we didn't talk. But, when you got them kind of friends, like, shit, you pick back up where you left off. It ain't ever no real issue.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
But outside of that, like I said, I'm in here with the den to talking to, the sauce or whatever it may be. Outside of that, like I said, I'm working on some shit, or I'm communicating with some old international shit. It's just on my day-to-day shit. Just... random folks having to, exchange information with. But, so it is what it is. Like, I don't really be tripping, but I kind of like it. When I look at it now, I'm like, I almost like it more so this way than the shit. Because, again, like I say, I feel more genuine with these conversations than shit, partying, at the strip club, hit the bar, drunk, when you taking care of everything, of course everybody love you when you doing this and you doing that, But, so, again, like I said, I'm not really tripping on none of that shit. It's been time for me to learn and grow and to figure a few things out. So I'll just be cooler. You hating over there? Only one line. Do I need to take some pistachio? Oh, the phone cut out? Oh, I think the phone cut out. Look at me. Well, if that's the case, I guess we'll go ahead and wind it down. I'm over here talking and shit and didn't even realize it. But shout out to Professor Trill, man. I'm sure the line is off and doing some other shit. I definitely went over my intention. Look, I'm just looking. It happened, man. But I fucks with y'all, man. I'm finna go make that Angus burger. Not Anus burger, that Angus burger that I said I was gonna throw that bitch on the George Foreman. I ain't finna you know what I'm saying? Oh man, Dre, what's the motherfucking deal, man? I seen Dre, man. Like I said, I want to say shout out to Dre and 335 and Professor Trill. Shout out to Just Sarah. Shout out to everybody. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm a little tired here. That's why I'm finna throw that bitch on the Foreman. And I was gonna give y'all some mixer action, but that ain't gonna happen tonight. But if you get a shot, man, Dre. Let me see. I don't want to lie to you. I ain't gonna lie because I probably ain't gonna be worth the flip tonight. Hit me on the line, man. Call me. Or shoot me a text on the new number. So I got your number. Shoot me a text on this new one. And because I want to chop it up with you. Shoot me a text on this new one if you get a chance. Iowa, that's funny to say Iowa hates. I almost went to Iowa State. That was like down to the last two schools, Iowa State and fucking U of H. Because I was fucking up. That's the last two that stuck with me because I waited so late to take my SATs and shit. I be trying to knock that hoe off after right when I get done. I try to clean that bitch up, but I only used it a couple of times. My teacher always gave it to me because it's a big ass one. It's a fucking big ass one. My old lady, she hates me. I hate the George Foreman. They burn all the burgers and they do all of it. You ain't even ate nothing off the damn George Foreman. So, like I said, I made it was like the little 4-pack of Angus burgers or whatever. So I made some earlier. She fucked the burger. And then here's the deal. People don't listen, man. I made the burgers already. And she started going to this like this little workout class or whatever. So I timed it so that, when she got back, the burger would be ready for her. Me and the little one, we ate our burgers. We were talking shit. Like I said, I threw the fried egg on my burger. And so I timed it so that, the burger would be ready when she got back. I was like 2 to 3 minutes off, right? And I told her, your burger is in the microwave. Women, as always, don't listen. So I ran and had to go take care of something. And I come back. She in there toasting some buns and getting some more. I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, well, I'm getting the thing so I can get my patty out the microwave. I was like, I made you a whole burger. The patty's the patty's done. I put all your fixings on it, your lettuce, tomato, onions, and all that other shit, and toasted the bun and everything. Just take the burger out of the oven and eat it. But instead, she went to the product like, well, you said patty. I was like, I did not say patty because honestly, I don't ever even use the word patty. Like, I don't use the word patty. And I might tell a funny story about a patty, one day. But it's not the patty like a meat patty. It's the person named Patty. Patty was cool though. But my thing is just like, so I know I didn't tell you it was a patty in the microwave. I know I said a whole fucking burger. But because women don't listen, and she just want to, because she don't want to listen, and so she get there making a whole nother fucking burger when the burger's already done. I got that Krabby Patty special. Yeah, I'm like, who am I talking to? I still got the fucking earphones on. See, that's how you know I'm out of there. That's how you know I'm out of there. I'm talking with the fucking earphones on. Shout out to Just Sarah. Just Sarah be campaigning. Like if I ever run for some type of political office, I'm gonna have Just Sarah on the campaign team. I gotta have I'm gonna have to have 335 because he gonna remind me of all the shit I said because they gonna go back and dig up all the old dens and he gonna remind me, hey, remember you did say this and you did say that and you said I said Krabby Patty. That's because of something different. Only because I'm referring to Patty. He can be like, remember the time you said this, and he gonna help me be prepared, to for all the comebacks and shit. You know what I'm saying? No shirt Saturday.
Professor Troll donated $3 for Sarah.
Shout out to Professor Trill, man. Appreciate the love, and shout out to Sarah for campaign. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm just have to wipe out the whole channel. All they would have to do is pull up a random video. It could be one of them, even when it was only like when it was just a smoking video, 14, 15-minute video back in the Gap. They would all be detrimental to everything. I can't run for mayor. Shit, I can't even run for local Treasury Secretary of the damn. What's this shit? The Shriners Club. I can't do nothing. They're gonna pull them videos up. I will never win. I'd have to make a fake den channel. Like the real ones will know what a real den is. I'll have to make a fake den channel just. It'd be over with. Yeah, just like look, that'll be the best advice. That'll be my political advisor. Just, I know you put a lot of work into it, Honcho. Just delete the whole thing. Just let it go. Just let it go. Fuck that. Fuck running for office. But shit, it is what it is. But at least people will know what my platform is. They'll know what it is. I gotta watch it for only one. Only one. She might be an embezzler. She might, get in the campaign office, be reallocating funds and shit. And Sweetberry too. You gotta watch out for Sweetberry. She'll definitely steal the campaign funds because you can't keep her around no pistachios. You definitely can't keep her around no accounting. It is what it is. But then, folks, I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all. And everybody who stuck around. I know some folks probably wanted to get in and probably missed it, and I apologize. Like I said, we just got late. I didn't even really think anybody was rocking with it. But y'all be cool like y'all be cool. This is the best conversation on the internet. Like I say, I ain't gonna lie, my spirits feel much better now. We kind of get back to the regular den. Like I said, it's a lot of work that I got to take care of, but I just enjoy talking with y'all again. It's therapeutic. It's enjoyable. So we'll be back at it tomorrow at 10. We'll figure out something. We don't know, maybe a supernatural Saturday or something. I don't know what we'll come up with. We'll come up with something off the wall. We'll be back tomorrow at 10. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. gotta let the hat go. See, this y'all would do me bad right at this. So I'm gonna let. I got nothing. I'm gonna let the hat ride. I don't even think I've seen this hat before. That's the funny thing. Cause I've looked at a lot of the masks, but I don't think I've even seen this one before. This is hilarious. This is the Smollett special hat, you know, and what days are dinner? I'm gonna try to get them back regular. Like I said, unless it's a Texans game on that night, then I'm going to plan to have a den. And it depends on the Rockets schedule coming up too. But the Rockets regular season doesn't start until like the 24th of the month. So what I'll start trying to do is maybe the week ahead. I may not give out all the topics, but at least just kind of let you guys know what dens, what days there may not be dens. You know, I'm trying to give y'all, you know, at least 24 to 48 hours, so this way y'all will know ahead. But shout out to everybody. I appreciate all that fucking subway train. That's terrible. I've never seen that before. That's funny as shit. I appreciate all of y'all. I thank y'all. That being said, y'all be cool like y'all be cool, man. I'm finna slide out. Until mañana, I'm gone.